This is sports. This is sports.
All right, Mama Kwaba, Ediba Fakye TV, Mreno, na Associate Transina, Yedia Guriamon Seba, Baby Ram Kama Pedema, Serodino, Ejama Kosise, no numberbo, Ede Apao Simano, Ediana, Enumane, Yedin Sama Drona, Eba, Edosi, Papa, Meno Casaino, the channel Egusua, Ekosua, Yeromo, the semi final stage, Co James Akwisiapia, Ene Madagascar, Minor. And I knew him as Sudan for New America. Aqua Cobani afternoon, Morocco against Senegal. Nina the update out on a remedy. My Berco, a man on Enra. May the update in the say Piero Henkapi. Team men are joining more. And looked at Bebo daily videos out on about Lucas Vasquez. Era mobile no fear, Leverkusen. And Afiazine, Crystal Palace, Bobokono, Ashasia, Manuel Akanji, Akimidis. Omani Manchester City Bobokono, Edihon Komo. Or the other update out on a Ebeba Mauze Rubin Amorim. Na MZ EFL Cup no a chassis and stage wino Yana Edin so be a big club will be a Jamo Mubuj Man so Manchester United Monfancheme San almost signed last season intino or more any on second division teams no any amateur clubs no money or more de bueno Luta Babana or the update out on a remedy. I'm ever fiena ya Bobby Dean Como still after has Kotoko game no a chance and seven call. Entimi MPM ye bibia de dadia ye bakwa kudi nkomo ne ya said enema esi etie era we question ye twense coach Otoado ebebo modena ne squad Ghana the World Cup qualifier ye babe Ramos September no ye bebo no the rebeba babe tuja 2 years over joining live on Fakye TV ohefia wa yinhia Fakye TV on Facebook ko search on Saturday so wa like wa share wa comment na boa na ne makoyie pa etimi edi amao and Fakye TV on YouTube nya be subscribe and kama pa na bibia adede de ama djuma de no makase de bia meye na aso ani na nije no ewie peya na jeze madaroma ene eboa ma bibia kokama to messages no ya me fin diagro on the WhatsApp line 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 na boa na niama koyie pa etimi era on Facebook no de ba me na ma kenkere ama Lutaro kwa ma no no Habib Mohamed ewa sexy maestro Ricardo Vara so so ewo fidema yem production team no Benaz the executive producer Oniwa Gilbert ne hwechi ayu Kofi Philip Eddie Blay MC Malik Juro Caesar omaka bo mu ejuma Rich na eze the voice no no ojan camera echi bo ejuma na Junior DB enso no ewo MC awa omaka bo the programs manager be kuku ochia omohwe no maboana ne madede dimpa e dey amenti ma me na mo quick me kwere ba pe honorable Luther Nanaya Boache AK my father-in-law AK honorable Ware ebeba na waba be ramuna waboana ne makwere am oba be breaking it down attaching it down na ojija mu yompo na boana ne madede ra madede o quick ye ba ya pe ye ko na mano ne nsem no manaba e dey abeto aso e dey amamo.
A father of 3 with a bride by your side. Just days after I do, the world felt your pride. Then Zamra's darkness took you both in one cruel ride. From Passos de Ferreira to Liverpool nights, you carry dreams and cleats and floodlights. A nation's pride, a husband's vow. We never thought we'd say goodbye. Not here, not now. We lay our hearts at Anfield gates. Flags at half-mast sorrow waits. In fire and flame, echoes remain. Brothers taking love and pain. Oh, die, go, we whisper your name.
Luther Nanaya Boachora would have abo kode. Na
self went to the two bear.
Now we na ojiji susu ala say na we space to space.
Na Jode by 1 man.
Rabi o say wa wa yi. Hey, honorable Wabiri o. When I used to now
way back 2014.
Now we are there.
I was Tibibu.
Time now trap pictures now.
DIABY.
Now we are there.
We me call baby.
Baby.
I was Tibibu. Now me use motorbike.
Oh.
Now me documents and I was saying me go back.
Documents.
Until me now was say me copy baby na area. Me pep die you be.
Now the Google.
Yes.
And I try to for you.
To 2014 Saturday I was swag.
Swag
me was so time for person.
There were pan time pie out the to. Oh, sorry, I won't say baby.
That's a programs manager be obi atimi de beto so
shoe be pay. Also, I also saw way. Na me come and say na ba be can say ma be boom. What's all cry here or there were pan time pa. Hey, Madam Grace, I had you the face where are the coy. Ah, face where are the coy. Huh? Honorable. Face where are the coy, Anna. Oh, yeah, Uba be suha. Hey, oh, hey, honorable. I was a man, I am in the brother. I don't want Kaidiana.
Mo person woman mercy.
Ah,
Nyamia dear pa. Mo best sell me brand.
Brand ben.
Not sure by then Luther King afatone. And society ho fe no ho. Dressing no ho.
Wa pan time pie is there.
Nyamia ye bi. So baby nyame fa me free de ma beduru a.
Ah, no nti. E na wo de wo se wo. E na ye ka no. Aye we ni awo abre my MBU
programs manager. So she chire.
Fine.
Oni anya hwe se enwuma das ye obi kura beka se madam bonkus mawu.
Dabi.
Enwuma mo de ato
ase. Ayo le fata. Ye trafa akonje ni guase. Tell me say one trafa akonje ni guase. E na de aye we ni. Ba sa ma no na dede.
Emu ode ba kwaku na mini team no ye na Kagawa ase.
Oh, okay.
One of the finest barbers Okumase no kan obi.
Yeah.
Baba for Okumase wa basobo de bia afi omunyina se best barber. Udru Patasia efie fufuo kwa na woni Baptist ene die nhwe. No hwe se the boys no waye ti ho a o sefata o se bona baso. Hey Gilbert no. Gilbert.
Why you coffee where you the barber to so aye we anyway but you be ban ya barber here bi. Me say coffee be here picture ni bi no. Many aja show mun crying because some here
na day abuti abi na person na make ka no aye dey
but madam dey bi am born about
asem e show cry ada no atete afansa
oze
satam na menya na
ushu ne wa pantan no na say the usikita bag lu so bi as that time no na say as allow you space to space in there we are na ba be kan say me ya kire me na see na me believe say cry na mranti bi ti aka ma mafia me din komo say me for Obama me ba because mranti bi mu nya fe kra dey ni nya kra ma o nya kono kra we na pan time pa ye de to so at that time no na ye ya na Orabo now ye ni ya na
me da se why do pe bia ka kire me na me pe na me de me ho aba na nas definitely monye ne sa
ke ba me kika messages kakra be ba what but I'm about community be about the Benji fancy say we are watching you live from fancy say we how to folk all the way greetings honorable wisdom osebo amamsi atwema wa bija south and Wasiu Adams Abu Dhabi. Also, this afternoon, you guys are doing a great job watching the show live and clear at Techiman. What's what I'm saying? Foreign news. Also, please send my greetings to all my friends in Techiman, Jacko Community Day Senior High School. Update on Manchester City. Transfer Rich Junior watching you live from our new way to be say. Also, keep up the good work. Pa Kwesi Fake Kid. Greetings, Abu. I'm really enjoying the show. I like how Alonso has added clean sheet to the Madrid team. Say Bobo, ne the Odifi asin to the red, the Ramono, and Sitasco GA, great job always. Foreign guy, me bring from Sunyanko to Chrome update on FC Barcelona, Daniel Kwame Teria. Any transfer from Chelsea, I'm watching live from a Ralph store at Pristia. And a Mission Boy, please update on AS Roma. Now, I'm also doing a good joining. Two zone between Abano Ababe joining Abwa, Nanema Koye Pede Ama. Honorable Wari picture with the anno the bag a pad and the trousers be. Now we na a shirt men and a shows. na me aye bi o we ya ehwe bi ne nyina de betu ye honfo pa pantan no kra na ma me ye magili ade a wabre o wabre those days no ne ade ase na on kaza no wabre pa ora ho picture we there ano e din on honorable Luther
TV so ne won kasema me ka kire na ase no na busuafo nyina rebe ho
yanko ani wa manya we dem ze man ene manyao na de manyao pa ne manyao
so the programs manager sai chire some na maka bom mo be gange tia me
so you ti wa san akutwa de aba
Kagawa no Kagawa nice boy hwe
okay Kagawa ni
Kagawa woni Manchester United supporter
Osawo kotobana
we kotoko supporter
kwa ibre
udru patasia police depot ni nche ho efie fufuo kwan no the Baptist asori dan die no hwe awiei wa ye na scammer enena si du zongo na wa nya bia na so ampene seso
Kemate, mami jabu fama on. Na fire ko on. Ode ja no se wa ye na dwen se ye. Odi je me no me wo we ba ne no me pese bibia be crash.
Energetic de
ode jai. En energetic de ja mami me ba be yon adwuma why. Me no ni bibi ba ko. Oyo de wi aye na kwa.
Se onu me tia do ahoma so.
Dabi ode hiti me no tia do ahoma so. Na ma se de be de no wa tra do ahoma.
Wo wa se ne me.
Mama de crash sa o kra brebu nya fi.
Usu bi dia me mpe no bi fi.
Me kra me mpe na hwe ayi apantan yi pa ne atade mboa me. Ntu de enko ama no ne. Why?
Right, Tabana says so now we are not even breaking it down, not you're touching it down, not you're knocking it down. You're not jamu yon power, I'm not in semo. Not me part of family room, Olympic Marseille, Nina so more program of Benfica, not Benfica, team event Olympic Marseille, a room no more quiet day, almost Benfica, boy beam, your friend Florentino, Luis, na omo Ramsey, boy no more person in the bar, na a loan deal and Olympic Marseille a person with obligation to buy no pay camera reporter mente SS omuram our remaduna Daddy Ceballos omon sent to me and cast Ceballos na omdi Florentino Luis omudina ba na biaswa he kama so far reporter met Madrid pay 15 million euros for Olympic Marseille for boy na your friend Daddy Ceballos no edeba na me patcho mam Liverpool Omo a third jersey for this particular season. Urama Liverpool jersey na fe and Uramo St James's Parker. Omo ya Jumani editor Newcastle. Na so far this season. Omo third jersey and that's what me Jemu Adjamo. Na Mamimramo Al Ittihad. So far Omo Ram and FC Porto. Aka Krabino Manya Richie agreement. Boy Pakwa. Your friend Rodrigo Mora, a player of Edma Porter, Urama Al Ittihad, Urama Passom de Nepa, say internally, and come Pina Gusua, Toga, not Mamma Farmers of Piny, Domingos Suarez de Oliveira, why Ittihad CEO on a negotiate so far Diamante, SB Piat Dama Portonon, Omo Pabon Dinaba, Jorge Mendes, a boy agent or pushing for deal, as a boy between Roman Pia, as to at my kama, not Mamina Juma El Rafael Yao, na say Emamo, Nina so Roma and Tuesday, not by now, your fat Rafael Yao, I just sent 120 team 9 training, personal training, and on quiet, no, it's a Friday. Game against Lecce, Milan Ebebono, Rafael Leao, unlikely. Na say on to me NCAK, and no airport mi jamo, na Mamin Famon, so Rama, boy na, Yeva Andra Campiaso, boy is 2-game ban, and Omutaman a 2-match suspension, and no a juve, player na, your friend of me pacho, and no game toga, na a genua, any inter, and to me about. fire and I say on to me and most out 2 games in B and Fama Juventus and you Andra Cambiaso and no Adeba 2 game pana Omutamano there's a game sound to me one major jamo as so Adama second one Inter or Mobi and Fama Juve na Kobe Mino don't for Tigarama Kose Afrofusena and some pure Kobe Mino na Mami NG from now as a boy no Demetsa Opeso free Manchester United at their Rupin Amorim and Fane and Can squad no na so far no Bedibatuga as a Rupin Amorim as a boy now you went Kobe Mino so far or pre a position with Bruno Fernandes and at the double M boy and you may Simon in Tessa Bade boy say you Babia Kobabi and Tissa Team of United when you're playing town or Jabima or Obeko Babia Ombaman guarantee as a Orobena more playing time. I'm a Piaswa Yakama, and we are some around Jatuga, not Galatasaray, and if Bisuma, or more uncommon to say, done almost done. Agreement in principle about a transfer package says almost formalize not by never Bisuma, will run out Galatasaray, the Piaswa to my done, and no airport I met not Mame Bamunchin, almost final training section, and ahead of Ocha DIABY Poka, Gema Bamunchin. So ebebo na urama nenom training nefe na noma titam na me pacho ehun boys me no Fakye Jamal Musiala and Alfonso Davis so motoa omo ehwe group training some boys me no omo pra afi no omo recover ba into say Jamal Musiala and Alfonso Davis omo to omo ehwe training na bibia so eye kama and the winning team abra Bamunchin training on herself and no and ultra and that's why Jama breaking it down as so a Jamamon not me patron some pinaba my mingram all the legend Nana Kuntum Kuni Messi my mingram on swear na and ultimately no training in top Miami on some Messi pra non game one to mobi now in top Miami and the team no train on me na set Nana Kuntum Kuni only team now bomu Bia esu etimi yakama enyo no nkwa won Jordi Alba esu adwani team no emom ye train ahead of nyamepa o kina game mom Orlando esu ede ebepem so enu eje dopama so na ami piatama mami Alejandro Garnacho ni Instagram o kon IG a de ode ababeto so far boy ni emu ayeden Chelsea at the 35 million pounds and the Jerome Manchester United are rejected almost 50 million pounds. Demit said Chelsea pay increase their 40 million pounds. Said the buyer onsa ebetmaka Alejandro Garnacho na biaswa kama na mami denominations are Premier League in playing for Esu Adiaba na ultra me pacho a player of the match with 2 nomination saba say any city Jadon Anthony omo nominating and Jack Grealish or Romo Everton nan wa assisted to omo nominating and the brace scorer and you have Victor Jokeres on some nominating Rio Nkomoha and you 16-year-old Rio Nkomoha Liverpool the winning boy on some nominating and Ausha boy Bakwa on Swatman Jenny I'm a bear come a Dango Watara Dango so etmenya nomination Shama Bia Kama Joao Paulina so enya nomination and Joao Pedro enya nomination and Julian Timber on so eshe 2 goals on so etmenya nomination ohwe ama Bia so etmenya kama and no de La Liga empanyim force and touching it down and famamon say about racist insulter omo eba reporter we game metoda Real Oviedo Oviedo and Real Madrid game no DSC almost evidence and you video evidence Omudipe Rama Bipia Kama and no opinion friend Martin Lies or your president Tima and Pacho Tima you read Oviedo not me Pacho opinion Datuga as or condemn racist toga and discriminatory actor and also a buyer just working with the security personnel na omunyasa security personnel any police on be investigated the see na bibia so atma ye kama no ediaba na ensam pidabama so aye chechamon na ya breaking it down na ya touching it down na ya knocking it down so diama mame ko Real Madrid ene omutim training na ukoroma so far ensam pinaba na Real Madrid team training no report amete so far Sebase Denny Ceballos omunya jadu kwano kwa ebeko akwakoka sa midfielders way bako Jude Bellingham Chua Mine Varvade Kamavinga and Ada Gule. So Fabeka 5 midfielders said Denny Ceballos in your free team Mukwa and no idea but I'm training on Omo training Kamavinga Jude Bellingham Felon Mente and Greek and Omo Anya training Nina say a recovery no Omu Guso Omo na and team training said the Omu training schedule not me patro city any Omu di kaya gym work Omu gym work and Omu buy video session and so Omu and Omu draws kakra and Sarah person finishing and a small sided games and also Madrid bomber be fine and a diamete na Sasa Basa Rodrigo, Epenya free Madrid, Onya Cope, Madrid for some best spending big, at the Roma boy now, you've had Adam Wharton, na Omontinaba, some the Adam Wharton bar, Ebetuma Wapapa, Jamaica Crystal Palace, a subway with not less than 80 million euros, and no a team now, so Obefa player na, the Ubetria and no, American Laporte, why read the Okosai, at the Ama Athletic Club, and I say Athletic Bilbao, boy no offers be bring a buy, now so the meter or fly, or Quacopium or Bilbao, now we finalize the agreement, now Oma presenting on, now be a sweat my camera, and no idea, now Valencia, a first one your goalkeeper from Levante, your friend Matteo Ran, now Omonteneba, now Matteo Rana, and no confirmation about as a goalkeeper, or new Edma Valencia, or Popo Econo, and no a goalkeeper in a Daswa, ye Janisem, as to Edama Naria, not Mamina to Barcelona, Efa Emamo, Bossa air try, as someone negotiated some terminati, Orio Romeo, no contract, not meant for Dano, so fancy offers, Shadamae, a moment for Danon per se, or bet terminating contract, as Sabaha Jane, no Umgusu Anane Casa, set the meeting, as Saba, as a point of Orio Romeo, Omina terminating so cope, about what Girona airpair, no mum Girona force and say, Omun sending interest when Mubium, Nani departure, about Bramama register Gerard Martin, I'm a Biaswa Kama, South goalkeeper Yaki Pena, Onya Romo Elcha, and also Umber register goalkeeper Chassine, not be Biaswa to my fine, and no add the tower, me breaking it down, now opening hands to flag, was say Asidam Kuto, and can the titration boy, and yet Marcus Rosford was still love for now, Kodana Bayano, what me show, Naniaje or Bonabaso, so far a game against Leventa, not Bueno, so a starter, or Shama Pia Kama, not no Suboino, all Pano, a sad day, Bueno Coba Faswa, or bad tattoo to pit him on, or playing style, Southern language, and a culture, and a dressing room, then so as soon as possible, Bueno so far, or recover, and that's what I'm a Pia Kama, now Urama Barcelona, as a boy friend Femi Lopez. se omunya tona Chelsea abo aram pay 80 million euros Chelsea for some peno se omun saka no Barca nya sika na yesaba bo Barca papa ebebo ama player registration players omun register omun on betimi a register na eba problems about financial fair play ni na eto becha because eba 80 million euros Barca benya sika on betimi dia normal p abra Chelsea esu make move for Femi Lopez and no report amete ami jeja mo breaking it down esu adamam na mami mo company the Spotify company Basa company no DIABY and kanwa sama etse wo saka poma no wanwam ese wo fufuo no amupa ese wo beda no wankoto entwaye na urama me de to anim nura ese enem the city council omo Barcelona ram akwa visit enu ye for inspection and omatuma ram akwa inspection na report amete ese juan still eguso to elemom se Basa baba back abisi aka hono aya bibia eden esuka on the 14th September eno edemete mi jam edamam na eno ene daso no na mame mfama ese Barcelona se so mu consider ese omobebo omo match against Valencia ewo Johan Cruyff Stadium with expanded capacity se ebaso mo approve ma homa na me pa cho Barca Spotify media to anim se entimi ntodwa ho na option se ombebo Girona Stadium on Barca are running out. Say enute entimi maso na Barcelona. So for mu consider essa so Fakye league no and payifoma mo league La Liga Spotify champion na Champions League omo MON-FRI na kabibia so enya kama emfama Barca bobo ekono na ene mame boy na ye fet Giuliano Simeone ene uramu Atletico Madrid omu training section ene supporters no now after training boy no spending 3 minutes inside autographs at the Matiman me pacha friend Atletico Madrid almost supporters now Manchester United still mami enwam na minya adwuma pi almost say Onana say intermediaries for me Roma almost active talks with number of clubs almost pass almost Onana and your ocha de nana Onana almost did Cologne na Jamete so West Ham United show interest so omunya ocha diana Onana enya bad na so ukopema as last week ene betodwa as Onana Ruben Amorim omun shada nyadan sa ninyana game against Fulham omun ten drop against Arsenal ama Onana si you baby akoba bi na se omun pewa no akoba bi no akoba adwuma na bia so atuma ye kama na Ruben Amorim what defende goalkeeper Bayinda ese goalkeeper no onimajuma no ni concentrate for the post number an opponent for so na eba kwana obian sakwana de obiatimi she na wohwe game and odam against Fulham obebo na baso eno edeba na mame mfama se Ruben Amorim ode asamaba Asamunifie was 6 hours this week or more 3 games. Now 3 games or more players are or ebetumabon to rotating the squad. I'm a Piasoya Kama. Now Ovian was started to us SA United and now more any ready for Europe. Now or sit no more prepared for Europe and no answer. I think we were not prepared to play in Europe and no any feeling. Yente do kakao.
It's a normal thing that happened in other clubs. I think we were not prepared to play Europe. That is my feeling, to have strong games in Champions League and then play Premier League. We need time to develop as a team. So they just need to fight for the places, and then everything can change. Sometimes one is playing. In other moments, other guys are going to play, and we have the cups, so he's going to have a lot of games forever.
And no, Ruben Amorim no. As United team no more prepare. Set on Bobo or Europe or Champions League or Okobo. No was about no Baba ball a league game. Now oh ball FA Cup now ball Carabao Cup. So China or more game about Carabao Cup. That team any ready or more and prepare and no Chima or Diaba. na owie osan kasae etifa ensampi ho about Mazraoui esa Mazraoui obeba dabe yente nsama okafa no.
Next week we will.
Is Mazraoui still out?
No, he's going to return next week. We will see, but he's near. We are just finishing some drills with him to have sure that he's not going to have another problem.
Was it Mazraoui Bibiansia next week obetuma babaka be Manchester United obi na busa sa Rasmus Hojlund be available China for Carabao Cup nana enu so yenti no.
Or given the speculation you consider him now?
All the players are available. Then we make the choice to try to get the best starting 11 to win every game.
Hi Ruben, Rasmus Hojlund wasn't in the
Eno Ruben Amorim and at the Sansana Tuga na se wochina Basa Rasmus Hojlund when your boni bi amodia eno ebeboa amwakoko ram esu se loan operam Napoli and abebe obeko bia na beboa amwatimi akọ se wohwa o pe Champions League ni biabo ento ram Napoli ebeboa ne papa Jamit se almost agreed esa Rasmus Hojlund obeko no akwa ni medical na wadwane Napoli boboko no na biaso aye fine eno edeba ye jamna United mpanyimfo omosi kobi mino situation no omuni nibehia na omadi nkomo mo mane nko na omachen said situation ene no ma esu esitie eno edeba nyame pa ochina Manchester United gan kobi mino Benjamin Sesko Andre Onana wocha de na Onana omo ebetima hyase ede ama Manchester United na biaso atuma ye kama eno edeba ye breaking it down, bra, made it to an end. As a goalkeeper, or Delma Royal Antwerp, Galatasaray for at the United Funkai, and no Ayasani Lamont, or Mupasa or Monteneba, says United Fortune Chomana Sidia, and your Timono, Obako Galatasaray, and no Adamete Mijamutama, not report Amete, Assistor, Ayadessa Boy Nefra Alexander Isaac, was it detonated to Janra, our Newcastle supporters now, so one in Cheleno, Hanukra, Enyan who, and ya just a behano, not report Amete, as someone Wakacha and close teammate, as so on moment Newcastle United, Biamuta, and no and some more Jatuga, not Jamete, as a normal Pinaba, not boy and star, Ogusujina, a brow only team owner, Asia, still also Obeko Liverpool, or Omunyana Quina Onko, and no idea by Crystal Palace, or Musu Ameki Atamsi Jacob Kivio, or Mo Panel from Arsenal, not defender, no, yes, I was setting no, etimu conventional, and Sanobeba, what to me Abba, and no idea by Porto Swanya Bre, say Jacob Kivio, or Monteneba, now Oberboy to remember Piasso to me a camera, and no idea Dobama, so did the shams, or no Sunyami Pauchina, and no dead squad, but to France, national team players, or more Eberboy at Ukraine, and Iceland, or World Cup qualifiers, you know, and Tidamitsa who got Ikitike, 23-year-old striker, Obetimi and Yakola Pamabia Kama, after 3 goals, 1 assist, our Premier League games, what Martin Odegaard, or almost no way, a force umber feno for a international breaking on, not about no about, but that's why so we can do a proud buffeno, and no Arsenal captain, Nakaya Vet, says that it's Arsenal fan on taking decision, as so when surgery, and no money in surgery, no Cotribino, and no air reporter, a free Arsenal, so ever, no bad news for Chelsea, and so Obama, a Bunny Prana, Jamete, and so far, on your part of the squad, and the Chelsea team no quiet training, Obama, and Timmy team no anya training, so unya Chelsea training on, not all the 2 Sabon Sampa, no more editum, no more air crawl, and no, and that's why you're breaking it down. As so at Jamama Bra, Oko Nicholas Jackson, Jamisa Bamunchen, Omo Aricha agreement, Omo Nicholas Jackson, Akasomni Chelsea, Pekasa, Nadil, Ayadano Manawi, Nabi Piasso at me IF, former Napoli defender, Pisa, Bobo Kono, Esso Omo Peno, so far, Omo Ram, player now, Om Pacho, 39 years, almost 40, almost Omo Penso Oba, no Bojuma at the Amo, our Serie A, and no Piakama, not Mamin Fama, Essa Victor Lintolo, Ivanov on so Fiorentina a forum Chasa Omunsa Ebetumakana na reporter mete Esa Bonneven Conrad Harda Sporting CP almost so far boy no person mutano kwai basobo kwa medical etama AC Milan na so dem medical no enya tese bebaso na Juve almost mo per right back na reporter eba and some be kwa Atletico Madrid na boy na Molina omo consider sanka swap deal ebetuma cause ida so omo the Alexis Salamikas and said Dusan Vlahovic ebe kwa Molina omo right back in the Tinoba, not the Piasso at Ayakama, and no at the Topamasua, ye Jamu Asu at Yamal, a Prenuko, not Mami Amfamao, Esa Uko Roma, by never Tiago Jalo. What touch it down? Istanbul, Open Medical at the Ama Sisters, and no Tiago Jalo, 3.5 million euros, and Omo Ebetia at the Ama Juve for defender, and no at the Tower, Yadimam Yeninaso, not in some out to an area, your Wabano, you have been breaking it down, not you're touching it down, not you're knocking it down, at Jamu Po, at Damamo Facha TV, so international. Abu Dhabi aka ase o kontonokwa ase o kontonokwa obeto so ejama
ate meda ase power no dia odiaba honorable Nana Yabo Achelu Takin asra kese ko etimi favaro na bo amane makoye pa but o picture we ko for say come too much ma ozo the messages aurora and e bobo de ba wa ano e dem pa but o said de ufini bibia nyame de wadu na emfa wa so in diagro Debi akoko to join man wa bompire da twida mpunyankopo ase. Makeri achoze ne baby girls na monje, me darling boys monje, baby girls monje, me darling boys monje ne me din komo wona aboa na ne ma koyi pa. Etimi era mamo kama pa. Millennium construction zemenka, Eva Jose bra, na bra be ro mama so ene mboa. Na ode so ne bra mfama tutu wo amanone a, komo ne ye simple. Enfresi kare mo fa takra obedi okokoko dia ultimate nyo fashe na Millennium Construction said ne owa ma no ne wo Ghana pass asiato ope fiato ope so simono aye dada na ape so renovate a ene omu nin komo ne hwe na yembo na ne ma de ye pa emfa emo mo nsa no dwuma fe omo bo so ya de wo form ero mo adanse ewu ne ma bia entu the show mo nsa from archaeology to zoology peking crying na ye omesha ase awi ahase no ere akwa wiye bebia no omo na edi udwuma ere amomo system mu 15 to 20 solid years omo ebo edwuma mo ne obi a enya asem da omo edwuma wote hostels awodo na ene eba ne real estate development da dodo no omo na je contract no eye hu edwuma po amankofo siko omo di room no omo te omo kati ne yie pa yezo ya young guy obobra watch no 6 months edi room 1 year 2 years no obo sikana no na de akwa kutwi adanka ni omo ni nkomo ye bre ne aboa na ya ye niama no kama pedi ama na bibia adeda ye timi era ama no ye Millennium Construction me ba jo po mo akoma se Niles Junction o mana ba no 0244 274084 0244 Millennium Construction, we build your dream. Gentleman Dental Clinic maka zenipa oha oseno bohoban oseno e was already na uye ni neat oseno uye ni ye boa ma de uye bia niama ko ye pray timi ere ma na de tie ni emu komo na de amobomodin examination no consultation no obetimi akọ washa ase nyenya ha obi e wo se ne ho a e na afi root canal treatment no to a yebetu na afi abomodin ne de o se ye de ma zen ne no niama bi na ahyehye ehwo sinim amana da so entuko a scale ne polish no ye bomodin etimi ye o se no na press ye fita teeth white no e simple cra Gentleman Dental Clinic ere ne ye de ama braces no maka zo obi fen ne se fen won se oboza ba kusia ena nkofo kan se bo grass ya de haje izaze waku bibia ma fanta no bozo ye zo ade go te gban na de na bo e ba se ha dwon kwa omo ni the braces ne be boso e be amana ba be sanso kama pa e be ye fefefe Gentleman Dental Clinic konkwa na wunya se ne osini na atu ena pesi ye share anan de bawa your temporary one on afi your permanent one na ne bo no so e wo form na afi o pesi ye si usini gold silver ni nyina na omo ye omo bu adwuma pa ediga na bebi omo won kran omo branches ni emienu nungwa Odwani Chemo, main lorry station wa, Ubenyo Mona Fino, Atomic Down, Kwabina Runabout to Nyomo Kumase, Abreport Junction, Uwani Chemo Bantam High Street, or more Kwan to Tuta. Energies na filling station or more cheaper or more ebwe juma teachman oru na achi mo magazine kenten kwan na so no ubenyo mo Kofori di omo be Central Police Station afrawo OCGCB bank ubenyo mo Tamale Tishegu also post office no na je so mo eben MTN office no for number no 0598 731823 0598 731823 and 0559 9582 0559 139582 Ramana Jenjamin Yamwa na Oseno Yeni Ujuma kama pen fama na so no Gina wona so nane manko yeso no entimi enfama to madaroma ye romu ewo amanone ekokudi nkomar kakra de bro membra na mehwe messages abano na menken kan kakra entimi emfa emao na bibibia ended din pa mauze ne Taribo Wars ne de no Oliver Chessboard no size keep it up Frank Naka. I'm watching live from Takwan, so you more update from Liverpool. Frank Naka, need the audio no, and I will also more update from Chelsea. Keep the fire burning. And we Taribo Wars, need the audio Ebabi no. Danilo Owusu, Danilo Adena Bonne na media wa ababeti tiama many adia. Medase, why? Once you are done, say AK4 News, please. Abu Dhabi. I need us today. Boys in Bebana, Yaba Benwe Jumeri Ama. Kwekude that Amorim said Man United is not ready for Europe. Thomas Frank formed Tottenham Hotspur in pieces. He is already flying, and our coach doesn't see his team even playing in Europe. Watch you live from Doma West in Krankwata. The other no Papa Kwame. Anobi Scripture. Watch you live from Sirigaboso. Junior Goulet. Hi, my name is Aziz, and I'm watching live from Tepa Subriso. There's more update on Barcelona and Manchester City. Ryan Rankin Mayola, Metron Kancho. Good afternoon. Yes, another brilliant day with a fantastic Abu Dhabi alongside a super fantastic sports crew for Mayola. Kentampo, the center of Ghana. Emil Smith, Sharp, no, by Biaga. Roy Ngomoha, Nidiano 0477. The new sound in town after Gaka top 4 competition. Good work, Fat Chessboard from Kukudia, Asim Praso, Erafi Kobi Fazio. Lutaken is in trouble today, Abu. Don't let him go scot-free. Disturb him a little bit. Greetings to my uncle at Spain, Chabi Alonso. The other bear no Nana Eyipa second. The show is loud and clear. A soldier good buying agency. Greetings to my own Madame Ajwa, Kofi Pepsi, Sister Philo, one soldier, and Chairman Agali, or inside Agali hideout. More update on Barcelona. Nanaya Benetton. Good afternoon, Abu. You guys are doing a great job. Please, is Man United still rebuilding or still struggling? The other baby Ram no. Ajete Sowa. Good afternoon, Fache Sport and Jean Neo Blanks. Also, forget everyone. You be fine guy. And a foreign guy, see this picture, no, it's not Luther King. And you know, I'm a pantine and I away kakra, but you know, Malam B.A.K.O. Or say, I'm audio live from Yamichan. Update on Man United. Mission Boy, please update on Air Shoma, Daniel Kwame Tevia, MZ no Medicain, Apple Modem, Nakin Kain, Dodona, Abuaman and Madadi. Into Zodiano, Obey Team Diaba, a Rama Marina can carry. I'm on a WhatsApp line 020754. 3737 020754 3737. Wachi Edward Lutaken. How are you? Abu greeting for me, Mate. I know we are the two as well. I'm Ganacho Junior. Watch you live from Afo. Achiensua. More update on Manchester United. The Odeba Babi Ramu and on Tiana. Yana quick Yabape Yabo Modena de Akibia. Atu Australia. Manamo Madrid Cherebeba. Yabeni Akinkania Mayabasisia.
This is sports. is sports.
All right, some makwaba be made ba jumadi kesi no so still yera sutima rena ya bo ejuma na aboa na ne ma de di imperial amount to join ya o akonya so be join live on Fakye TV on Facebook kunya ya na odi awram na aboa na ne ma koye kama imperial ma ko be linking. Good evening Mr. Abu and round for that the Fakye Sports no size, keep it up. Yera se on Facebook jodeba e ba be ramu e wo ha no. Good afternoon Abu. Roy Ngomoha is going to be the breakthrough star this particular season. What a talent. As I always tell you, no matter the goals you concede, you'll find a way to win the match and defend the EPL. You know, I'm waiting. I'm watching you live. Hey, I'm watching you live from Montfort in a central region. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mr. K from Akim Soum, Fakye Sports, the best in Ghana. Hey, Luther Ken, description of Mbwemo said do they have a beef? Luther is the greatest. Mate, or Dawasepane, the other bear. My name is Marfo George, and I'm watching live from Akim Soum. Soum, I say Akim City. No, I'm check here. Good afternoon, Fakye Sports. We are enjoying your show live inside Elion Barbering Shop, Enchi. I monitored your show on Facebook Live yesterday, and the live you testified that your show is a top-notch. It's only your sports show in Ghana that gets okay, Mate. And also shout out to Aguero, Saint, Mose, and all at the young barbering shop, Mate, Omojo. So hi, good afternoon. And I is your crew. You're doing very well. In fact, Alonso is doing a good job. Halamado forever. I'm Kessie, inside Sari. Greetings to John Abeka. Kessie, Yachiapa, especially baby Aboko there.
Alhamdulillah. I'm what do you Adam? So where?
Oh, me. Some of them catch us there. They just china me bahan kwade. Na say bibi kama pa.
Unim said the biggest gift one can get in life is the love of independent abusia.
Yeah.
Now, immediate family, every shoe will love and the support. That is the biggest gift one can get. Stranger may say, Omo bia uti the or bia, say any penny do. And from free Nabusia first, no in your door, any penny. Says I never we know, oh, Abusia dog. Now, who from so Modowa, it takes out the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy. Any and yama bibria, Ebema would de a cassadia tiawunia, and then Tipukan and Yamaniama, Ebi Fuaquem. There are so many people on the internet, on by internet, and it should be dear tembe cancer or monedo. Growing up, they did not see love. Until Oban 10 times no Musibia, Obu or dog, a boy would be a man for Budibia, some for Budibia, near your moya, because they did not grow up to find people loving them. So I really, Mempai, one of my district, DNA say, they all share the OT, whoever is under our voices this afternoon. Now, remember, say, any panel dog, or man for from dog. Sebe ya who se wunu ye kone ni wunu ye ya de na manfo bi support to na bonachi do ma ta na chi a onko tan no enko didi na tem nyame nhire ye nyina na o me nyina enye odo wai amen
odo de hu nya pa odo de hu nya pa
Luther and stories na me say some say basa for no madua like akro me say Carlo Ancelotti ai
is it Ancelotti e ko fa Brazil national team why na be still a Madrid factor no na season chance nke na wo ye call up Madrid for Brazil for Marco for one frame akokra ba Rafinha no Barca no no udi kukuku
wa frame no
na akọ frame no
so my real hosem nyina nse be bi omo kwa akọ match no altitude no 4,000 above sea level the boys never cover bebana especially Rafinha on comranes wa brace dam no dey aba be boy mo Barca opesu priano. Hey, football. Because we are saying be interest matters. You can agree with whoever or believe in that angle now. Barcelona for any tone they say Ancelotti favoritism, but I think that Carlo Ancelotti and the Brazil national team, say are any key interest are paramount to whatever he does. Say the Samba boys and they say progress. I don't think that Don Ancelotti will take decisions just to favor Real Madrid and then to go against club and friends at Barcelona. Yes, when you look at contest now as a needy free back, And it's Madrid for only 4. For Vinicius, it's well understandable because of say we are suspended for 1 game and almost about 2 games in Tibia Unyano for the second game. And the matches are not of all that importance. Be say Brazil and Timia Sha almost qualification Ebeko in Blika Krenti ABA you understand say for Vinicius on Fanema. But so for bit to say Rodrigo. Any Eda Militao Hendrick in Sue Prenti and for on to Rodrigo any Eda Militao now bet to make a case for whoever or what that notion, any perception. No. I don't think that Ancelotti explanation and Opana Luther say Ancelotti say Rodrigo Afeina Waba back. Now on share that more matches Nibibri under the new manager he will need time. So the modern bonus and the drew level Omuhiana or mobile friend. I don't think that is an excuse. Rodrigo is an established player in the Real Madrid team and in the Brazilian national team. So Rodrigo a fit. Na nyese pura no wapura fe no worko wa nemo matches and onya bi mo e Real Madrid. If Brazil national team ne feel say he is an important figure about Obama, they don't need 10 matches e Real Madrid before they call Rodrigo.
Me mfa we kra nyeze mi twa no. Say Rodrigo on any day. O the Madrid the head on matches no bobo bi.
Yeah.
Ejina na na so na bia Madrid kra no bibi nti o je na nya playing time as a Brazil team we.
Anim hono mo we anim hono.
Everything na Barcelona for na.
Yeah, we so I think that for Rodrigo with him can Eda Militao ABA oversharing from say were free injury but we've seen players are free injury by NCB and ya from the Omako national team. Barca for the caucus and they believe say coach ni favor but maybe said them can. I think that matches win and Kasani Shedan Yadia who be able to say if these players but fine you can see it from that context too. But I think Rafinha MC one player he want to commit. You do a lot of commitment job for the national team and in the club side. As far as the boy is not complaining, Yanja Ancelotti I feel no before Edgeman. Na onya space kakra and for reason. You can agree with Barcelona for no. And you can disagree with them. But for me, I think that Ancelotti have the final say in a decision not to include these 4 boys. In the squad now, they cover for the Samba boys. For me, I think a step in the right direction. Jeno, who said, Drew Stager, will hear on board. But there will be a time probably, we have a free way, most on Fred Rafinha. Based on ABO, who say matches not done, so they are Rafinha, and they will need to rest him. Think that ye shall see and tem do. So your 3 boys, more opinion now. With time, maybe we'll get to understand. Opening, you're moving through now, Mindy Minkomo. Andrew, we watch game back one. Those of us who watch the game from fanatic purpose, we did enjoy the game. But we'll be a share game as a critic. We'll be a share game now. We believe in data and then we'll get to know that. But now you share and yes, not everything. But yeah, not the end of match in the Munina. We saw 5 goals in the game. Incredible, interesting. But to say yabo game away, now just 48% of minutes and your ball our park and so. The Akanin wasted. It's either an infringement from the other and now say Yabobo na conche decision BSC referee Abba Bain clearly tells you that a hard meaning. You say Premier League, for the first time in so many years, see about matcha in only first half. You record about 19 incidents a stopping game now. Nina a crucial and dra you musa sadness so clearly tells you say the 2 teams never ball or home but and you maybe what a key the beauty of ball now your perception. There are some key points or talking point that I want to talk about. Probably I'll not address the entire game generally, but I think that at the end you share and dra how Newcastle for Eddie Banner Eba Park telling us say nothing is achieved alone. We are a city, a whole population. We are Newcastle United. Sending a message to Alexander Isak. Ebimo de Isak is dodo omo friend ABOU and then Yemabi. I've said it here and I'll repeat. Luther Ayan stories are open. He said, club nimpenny for every Saudi Ebain. They met Alexander Isak and Rani before the game. And there were conversations. Here, studios is saying, per multiple reporter, Ben Jacobs air report, say Alexander Isak are making it clear to club Numpeni for say in a decision he made. Baby, Ojina Sisiano, he will not want to associate himself with Newcastle. I think that obi a yɛne ne di nkɔmmɔ to convince him. Supporters are supporters. Emotions ebetime di dear when nipa ama nipa yɛ nneɛma bebree. But I think that Newcastle any Alexander Isak, just like I made mention about a week or so ago, I think that they can find an amicable solution. He's someone who has done so well for the club. Club also IAB Eddie man. How are more fast? I'm my warrior na it's something I don't want it to end that manner. And I think that's a Akwadane Bekwa Newcastle Ntiase Sebi Kweku Oba where you na kuma makacha also peumpu enete saying no makacha also on power or force and so on do. We na kuma musa or do nimpono ete saying no makacha also on do jana mami kwa usi de misika ebe da nama natana. Footballers are like that. Ubetimiya ye de obeye biya se nipa na kuma eni ona force ne minister. At the end of the day, you will not get the best out of him. If you offer Alexander Isak and then 250,000, 300,000 a week for him to stay. Now, or the army Fiji Tuma. Yebo season in now Alexander Isak and man said 10 goals. It does not mean that the 300,000 a week no. At the end of the week, at the end of the day, who loses a club? So I think that they should find an amicable solution. And they are about what the two parties involved. Amontia say Isak move out and now so obey there. That is the best thing. A bit me abwa club needing edit Newcastle. That I side that. I think that generally, even in his absence, Andra, we saw how good that Newcastle FA, even with a man down, how they were able to bounce back. Got the two equalizers before last minute. The young boy Rio Ngumua is still shown at the Ama club by friends Liverpool. So Newcastle should do the right thing. Alexander Isak do the right thing. Obekwa on content. Na club no enyo masum you concentrating more on games. Obetana so on na the impact on form club by friends Newcastle United going forward. Now in the same game, Hugo Iketike Kweku Andra actually say the air cost CCA you with or without Alexander Isak, Liverpool and almost supporters, bit many believe said they found a mind to complement Mohamed Salah. Any other players no more out front one. Say Liverpool to Isaku, Oman to Isaku, dear Iketike aye adiatre. 3 games are so far official matches. What bo Ediama club and friends at Liverpool indicates that he is a man who bet him to GDA and no Edia cinema to think that. About 3 important games, official games for a new club. Everybody, time and the people were saying, said, "Oh, baby, you free." In the background, any old move into a new league, probably he might need time before so about adapting into the Liverpool force. But this boy steps in, game over against Crystal Palace, community share he scored against FC Bournemouth in the Premier League first match. In front of Anfield Nipadomno, he scored and then in an cagey encounter situation against club face Newcastle. Far away was saying as she go 3 team numbers BN or stars BN or Debamoa a year convincing more than the Aquadane face Iketika start here or the Emma Liverpool Bushia and so we Alexander Isak. Side team way and opposite Oko join here. A can near me and the teacher was saying. Upon all the Aquadani area, now still Liverpool prioritize one. They see something beyond the Iketike air of form. Into Oba, you need to hit the grounds running. So Oba 1, 2, 3 matches now and farm at the unnecessary pressure at the Babas. The reason I was saying that only Newcastle should find an amicable solution or better than what an on because the Iketike started all year Liverpool position. So oh yeah, strike and near Toba, especially when o price ne krabes na was more than Nedian numbers na anye encouraging at the unnecessary pressure about so answer emboa to think that they say player about Liverpool na the first 2 games in a Premier League back to back nina all go. The last time we saw say obi yesterday for Liverpool granted did it than the storage. It tells you say akwani more than so any or say e bona maso kweku nyo nko and the talking point in that game. My di ngomo ha honkomo ha e de akere. Last time virus also be here in who catch was say I'm sure ade e be ha ngomo ha say the entire Ujani free Chelsea no I'm sure obe finding in that same situation. Kweku a boy who is 16 years who will be turning 17 Friday idi enemy in a tense game like the NEFC If you need somebody to come into the party, now on rescue club, Liverpool more for 3 points, nobody will even mention the name Iketike. But Liverpool welcomed the boy on board. They gave him confidence. They trusted him. They believe in him. Everybody played a part. May the graph be our production to make him that as well. To think that go now, from the goalkeeper Alisson Becker, Ekopim the last person, apart from Soboslaya, Okobi in Nama about the fan and the essence, Aquada, friends in Gumuwa Essen, every single Liverpool player on the field, and I can ball.
Super.
Graph read down screen. So the pass they started from the goalkeeper. Now about if you near body until the last person a guy born man said then Aquadano that touch at the now clearly tells you say judge what manager friend said and slot upon stage now near Juno still believe in his team said and found the press that time then Newcastle air pressing. Let's sit back, let's go with our system, let's play according to our part and the final results. And a good manager Abaso. Kweku manager on a bad day against Bournemouth. Okoya could do stage are not Aubrey. They find a way to win 4-2. Yeah, and Andra, once again, Newcastle forward a man that came into the party, wanted to steal the show from Liverpool. They still stay purposely, well composed, delivered any last minute resource. That is a sign of a true champion. So Obeji trophy and Yema be saying and a trophy edge. And I think that opinion friends and slot any Liverpool team I idea I'll say see teams to score last minute goals in Premier League. Liverpool and Brady and Edward Moko 46 Arsenal would in crowd by so only Liverpool airball match now they are well determined, they are well composed, ometima bounce back to get the results. And slot and quite an idea could say a bomb as one can check Ruben Amorim say Manchester United and Wukuchino. The man keeps on losing every trust in him. So coach big team. No, listen to him. Read what is on the screen. I think we need to prepare. I think we are not prepared to play in Europe. So coach club like Manchester United. Manchester coaching Kasasi.
No, but they are not prepared to play. Or can this particular.
Or say the team now ekutano. So already the standard winner. Or what game watching now? Now match now or watch now. I know say who had said the effects as Nisiba 3 days be a match and Yemen. So we are Manchester coach now starting Cassia. And Rasa de kind opening now overstay our Manchester. Now all start to say Dim Komobia etisia. They should start thinking of hiring a new manager to succeed already did Ruben Amorim. Clearly. Hapano Varas now and round Akazo lose ideas and also lots of ideas, right? We're running out of ideas.
Why?
It's not the man for the Manchester job. Also United, everything of getting a manager who is ripe enough, who have the mental toughness to instill that our Manchester players the man ebe we need trophies and now say domo ebe go into the promised land.
Ricardo.
Opani.
Don't call anywhere.
So umpo me there.
Me ho ya pa. Na Chelsea zo musi esi enyo omoden.
So mu hihye team.
Na zeni ya hihye team.
Na hihye team there.
Omo be ya no ma sign cry destroy mu team.
They are the world champions.
And so they are not J player bi ana wakọ.
Yes, when
they open Javi Simons yen kan see. Open I Ganacho yen kan see. And as yet almost omo perform.
So they are probably weighing the options. The Beba cheaper. They go for it. So you give them the benefit of the doubt.
You see, more one problem I am na more.
Only a problem there.
Mun mami ensanya.
Ade.
Mun problem I am na more.
Ane ade.
Say name is a maestro kra na yon tanka ba oni abi.
Ade.
Maestro. One mienu. On bet na omutini wura house na kotoko. E de kotoko ayi center defender says house was center back say ayi can say kotoko right back say Real Madrid will left back 3. Man can one sender.
Real Madrid will left back 3. Omubebo Champions League. Omubebo Copa del Rey. Omubebo Spanish La Liga. What consider no?
Na Adana Kotoko meba. Adana Kotoko so obebo sa competition now. Obebo CAF Champions League. Obebo Confederations Cup. Obebo FA Cup. Obebo League. and which on season shall see a jack team. But on more better, so much shit team also winning the Omoye. But a big club like Real Madrid or left back straight.
Nipana what can I say? What they? Season when I would say
Chelsea, you know, two players, good players.
Season when I would say Real Madrid are 13 players at terminating 15 players contract. Chelsea, my year Chelsea win. So I'm confirm that they have season marketing. Chelsea are to 292 million. What 272 million.
So about difference when them say. Most Kotoko Pam say 15 players, I got 15 abeshi. Chelsea so no, up to players be at home be. And yes, I plan
difference.
Difference.
That Ben I would say.
Say Real or left backs me and someone can was.
Real or left back me and Sano. Omo buy na so omo mako omo be ko abro mo DBB film. Omo nkokwa.
Now, Ben, I would say Real Madrid need Chelsea are top player 60 days into unveiling the player. No, almost a terminating player in the contract.
Sometimes, unya se man na for iba.
No, most
person that Ben at Chelsea Real Madrid 60 days or terminating the contract.
Me say, dano Kotoko for far left backs me and say Moka. Madrid or left back me and Samonka.
Kotoko left back say.
Madrid left back.
No, when you cross back, you am turn by left back.
If you go Madrid left back me and sana wo kan ene ya you can say me no nyina nim self no man dey nya fit ntia nka o maton
and I mean can dey advance
no onya fit na nipa we pra beto am wan
ah you talk we pra o to am what over na so by no bra o jini di nko abeto amasala o jini di abeto that's how
fellow Mendy appreciate we wine and Thomas
o jini di nko abeto Abi we who play an kwa no we pra beto na kore na
on your fit or your fit the discussion is different.
Na DIABY Kotoko the
discussion is different.
The only difference that Kotoko the new kwamba for some managing is the business aspect of those players no more signing.
That makes it a shortcoming.
You see,
that's
the business.
That makes it the shortcoming.
Business aspect.
The business aspect of it.
So Chelsea go to Femi Lopez neba to other players do mobile. Tono.
Omonya na sa intelligence.
Other players.
That was the last time I said Kotoko.
You per se yen sa dia.
What was the last time I said Kotoko?
Yen sa dia ma.
Kotoko play.
And what was the last time on TV?
Me TV in chair.
When they play abi.
Chama.
Also o TV in chair, me TV aki play abi o to my team ben.
Pese me timi ko man.
Yanko eni.
Gogu and pese
Otama Nkwa ma
the young guys. The young guys, the young people watching us today. I just want to tell them, sir, every champion was once an ordinary person who refused to give up. And for you to be a champion, you don't need to give up. So once upon a time, now you're just ordinary person chasing your dreams. You know you'll be no now, Bobrana. Never give up. A man for more big chance to be the actual. Me and Kasa met me my example. Yes, I made 2 and a mile. We no be catch them. Say the baby we eat tree. Minkaze eat tree ye near. You may be any. But he was trying to let me know that I can't achieve whatever I wanted to achieve. And then if I come to be friend, I catch them and say, "Me man, shut out." Ntiwa we are call what is what we be ano. Me catch us say you know na konko den. You ma beti me apeke and so ati me dia ma. Kwagu. Liverpool performance no more than a DNA no. Kamia kwa Koyama say they can't sustain it.
How?
Liverpool can't sustain whatever they are giving us currently. The kind of performance that Liverpool did say no. So we should would a results I did my wabra ye finish league title. So ye bowl league na do a level that you have finished ye per league naji. So at that time no. A results, actually, a result, we know, ye manage results, no, we need ugly, like, we need a result at all costs. But Liverpool is giving us that performance, no, they are starting Premier League, no, which of course makes me believe, say, they can't continue, they can't sustain. In a game against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, in the FA Community Shield, they took the lead. Crystal Palace better. They took the lead. Crystal Palace better. Penalties. And my Liverpool lose cup. Our first game against Bournemouth, they won the game by 4-2. But in the game, they took 2 goals lead. They needed someone in Chiesa measure that last minute goal. Now fe omu Messiah in Mohamed Salah emfa icing on the cake in Emra. In a game against Newcastle, this is a depleted Newcastle United team. Callum Wilson enya available or call West Ham in Okasai. Alexander Isak is not available because he wants a move to Team FM Liverpool. Into a depleted team or more air try to manage results. Yeah, both game no more red card about Edamar Gordon. Liverpool are taking 2 goals lead. Still, at now, my Team FM Newcastle, they needed a Messiah again. Now, branch defending Guboha. This is not the Liverpool that won the title last time around. Said your person already be because they are winning the games. And they are winning the games. But in games that over, a year difficult, a year against top-notch opponent, you are going to suffer. The next game is against us now. I can bet with my last question, say, if they give that opportunity to us now, say, probably they won't win that game.
So what's the problem, Amana Bassa? No, I mean, was there after the game now, our fans no complaints are no more your partners there. A bear and slow to your boot. Now could not any Van Dijk on drop a oh, okay.
Transfer and be woo next week more baby. Sikabi eso mutumi tiama Crystal Palace omunko tia no go fa akwa nemra. Ma game eboa. Omunko tia no mfa ma game ra. Sunday ya na close. Omunko tia sikabi eso mutua no mfa ma game ra. Not to say Konate asan. Not to say Van Dijk nyade. But yes is nso che woto we yi ha. The 2 players naturally say share oya Liverpool ni go back and watch Omone Bournemouth no. Go now and transfer your far ball from the old Abesha you know. It got to a point in time nobody felt like say Onkolonko take ball. 2 masters playing at the heart of defense for Liverpool. They need someone. Yes. Said here Virgil van Dijk the NT gentle defender you piano corner more be a no. Konate is gradually getting to that same position. He's not willing to commit on tackling on the so getting someone to do that job for Virgil van Dijk because Liverpool actually say Virgil van Dijk this one no case my bremi mobile. Why is ko dey be somebody be samba ho every single defender we ban you be do about Van Dijk so they should bring in someone that will solve it and when that person comes in will solve Liverpool problems. Currently as we speak Liverpool are the best attacking team in the Premier League. Which of course they will take inspiration from it because in the last 8 seasons in the Premier League, 7 out of the 8 wow go to the Power League, you know. And maybe they will take something from it, but their defense lacks stability. They are conceding and letting in goals, something that they need to solve. In the first game, the excuse was that Gravenberch was not available. Only on defensive duties in Nano. Making sure he's acting as the immune system for the Liverpool team. No, yesterday he was there. He even scored a goal for them. But still, they considered 2 goals. You won't always be lucky. They need to solve their defensive issues. Because when they wrapped the league last season, now I got 4 games to go. In those 4 games, they considered 9 goals. Yes. So far, last 2 matches, last 6 matches in the Premier League, Liverpool are conceded. So we are 4 now we are 9. In 2 games, Liverpool are conceded 13 goals in 6 games. That is not how champions are. The season is still young. Against Bournemouth last season they had a wonderful season. Against Newcastle last season they had a wonderful season. Bernard McCann, a depleted Newcastle United.
Depleted,
their campaigns are not available. Callum Wilson on your we saw what he gave them last season. Alexander Isak Gordon a red card in the game.
Yeah, but so
it brings me to the point where I feel say the Liverpool team I'm saying unsettled no bomb pum.
I don't know who's we depleted side Newcastle.
For
Isak
a team that say depleted no. The money bomb pan say sa nipa na woni animu no. Liverpool for ni nya and then could no money more. Even with a Ketty chaos and one issue goes.
So with 1 player and I just will team ago. Newcastle United.
Number 9 and number 9 that or a starter baby are now Premier League him anywhere say probably on team starting. A Manchester City.
Alexander Isak.
We are say
Team Europe.
Team one team started say currently Manchester City and probably Bayern Munich. But the man TCA.
David. You have good sense.
Maybe.
You know England the only team you ever started. Mamre. Chelsea. No crown. Or
a top-notch striker ahead of
England, apart from Man City, we start with team here.
We have to say two teams.
Spain, Real Madrid, out and out number 9.
We saw no map in Ebo. Coach Papa Pierre no map or the
map. Number 9.
Talking about no, Mbappe Kaka road na fano.
Fano.
Also buy on one as a left you. On the road no fano.
Me get to
o me me coach na me mo kile Mbappe. Na se sa ru no ma bona fa. Memfa Isaac me bona Mbappe Coborings.
Baby enim to effective. Aya race war.
Last season he played
and number 9 and number 9 Alexander Isak number 9.
Barcelona cry my Lewandowski.
Basa Alexander Isak and can come here Lewandowski domini tested in if they will be able to afford Alexander Isak and come here domini tested in you. Kwaku me se fatonte me se Barcelona wo sika the means to get Alexander Isak and Catester in the na nkomo pay Yaman Tintina twa be sign on nkono come dey be Lewandowski nkene Lewandowski bra and come sign document ni bi
Makasa na kro nya bimbo Arsenal mbo
we are striker be no
Jukers
Kwaku what's that Kwaku Jukers go ahead of Alexander Isak. Talking about a proving striker in the Premier League.
In the Premier League. Sometimes why you people make Yagi or something? Maybe
Alexander is Alexander Isak as Johanna Manaya and Casna Betimia for branch.
Last season at Newcastle United were both champions, and I was last two seasons. So Obebubi. On my numbers, in
the Champions League. Off head mean to be.
But last season you care my numbers.
On my numbers.
No, Baza. It's a EPL quality of Bobo. And
EPL quality.
I will never choose English illegal team to transfer the audio. I Man City team go and teams in Yebuzi. Pep Guardiola two players. I think any mamu say you be man amu England. Jokers in your player ketwa.
Obianka so a player ketwa kwaku me say on a normal day area some teams in you pe and Alexander Isak can start it. Manchester City and Bayern Munich.
Nah. Famado can play
so number 9 or number 9
your Dawson is a bit me a striker. But Mbappe beat me about to perfection. Last season. Most Mbappe left wing ameboa. But now the regional no team member. He was a Vinicius player, the never no team member. But originally mua, o man goes to the GPCC. This season ya man na no bo. Ya bo too much what you go say. So you tell me so Kylian Mbappe. Na ebia born of force 9. No man goes as me this like about me the Mbappe Koboy.
Or what force number 9 because number 9 you number 9 or how more.
As Newcastle season no buy Europe no be share one goal. Champions League.
Or share one goal in the Champions League. What the Newcastle? Newcastle assembly Obomugo saying.
Oberiti or more head of Newcastle United.
Minim crowd. Let me say.
They've been consistent. They've been coming.
Obo hat-trick here, Man City. It was last season. Last season. Last 2 seasons.
I'm saying that in Europe.
What is Newcastle in terms of European football?
Abi. Enye no na make. Now can individual na what boy
play role.
So fair no bamua. Then I also bring a branch of Jukeres bar England no. But they compare him to Alexander Isak and Obo no from in the Premier League.
Say this is your money there.
Yes. I don't think because the base and Domaya no. Me
so what the last is your Europe no ma. Sporting CP4 no 6 goals.
Me found in the 6 goals.
Me Portugal league ni the 50 something man who hear me. Because Portugal league ni me cry me 18 na me tumabo. Tie no who hear me. This is your money na ba England. Man so you twi be say balate. Eda ho bi amo.
On starting you.
No.
Alexander is starting you.
So who
starting into the said dim say ya. Na wo kwa ko pie mu Liverpool ho. Na say do musi ye. O attack ne ye wo defense ne ye. Na sia na be ya. You see the number of goals you give and in the Europe I can want them no. He will give goals.
Me, I don't want you to make that comment. So apart from Man City buying, Team BI
I still stand. Me can't say me but I still stand by it. Alexander Isak, Europe, anyway. I
even so,
teams in you
but the position on your trade to credit about AC Milan, Juventus. Always Uncle Futu. AC Milan, so I get to credit about. You can't convince me.
For teams like Senebra. For teams like
Mayama Kwama.
What the Timber?
Me catch was in Madrid on any day. Semba
number 9 or wow, Bebo. Number 9 or wow, or Bebo number 9. Number 9 or trusted now, Bebo. Ask remember the team down. Number 9 woman or Mojina number 9 idea or Bebo. And me Basuna Muso or Lewandowski Beboja. Lewandowski Ben Akanazzi. And then you only know about Lewandowski now. I can say Bebe 6 years back. No,
he's trying tested. After new fearing your mind, Lewandowski already did a game about Wabas Spain or 30 plus. Lewandowski plus PM said it 10 seasons or 4 seasons. Obe Meji Pichichi. Obeji Pichi last season not on a wine and a Pichichi. And I'm Mbappe be signed on AJ. Yes, Lewandowski niche crying goal scoring ability. ABA Robert Banwa may this. Adia is a give to Lewandowski in the age. And America was and Barcelona when it comes to age, tested that they factor age in a lot. You see, man, so they make one of their captains. That is a connotation. Garcia almost pay a winner. Garcia trying to test the challenge. I tested why Garcia. And I said Barcelona, they only saw more. And why are you defeating Masana? The American name is on Tiasi. They make sure they this player now, all can so could be being a diablo. You need to few be this same Ishak went to Dortmund went to Mambo. And what about Newcastle no more goals? Or Chorus was that went to Mambo. The name who saying. This is a rest for side team. I don't think so. In a season of more 25 goals, see a player talking about baby a striker be a top notch. Sometimes no baby you feel over. Baby you feel bad. A movie na me kokan wo see ayidie no ntiase. Da bia na me ko Nicolas Jackson. E bi say HCC. They make akra me nyozo zo mo obi. But on say nya Adela Poma 12 goals. Chelsea for strike your mark of by. Ya Pedro. Pedro wo Brighton over Albion. It's a solid team. O ma goals but Chelsea now but I rest obi tuma ye den. Akọ anim go check players for Brighton they are good. But don't compare Chelsea we know what show kaka. Each across to say they are nyini hu. No ma goals but na you know about Newcastle no be ma goals. But am I man e this is projections. Projections are Newcastle number 9 for be bro me better than. Buras mu na akọbre ansa no make name for themselves. Inti say obi bre no be make name for no ho de enye problem kura wa asase so. So obi bre obi akoba bi wantimi amo wa ba wantimi amo but oba lamplight no my consistent performance. The year that he played for Newcastle United he's giving us what he can offer. 2019 to 2022. Or checking the goals for Shema Society, I think it's 44. The man shows all strike and I just say in a season crown. I'm the no 15. We are talking about wrestles and Obabe increasing now, you know. Who's there? Kwaku strike be a try and test but league you know them. Or a bit to say Joe Carries or Bass Unyani Fito. Now no she will say 2. The man show on the days are fun on all bar. Imagine hat trick. Oh, can't. If I say now okay, a projections now okay. And the end then say, me bon pay say Liverpool for Ninya Ishak. Or no Liverpool. Joe Carey's was Benjamin Sesko. Oh Man United. On final count and the coach can you go take you Liverpool. Now Babe any more fan and the whole Monko. Oh, he's going to conquer them. Alexander Ishak. Way back. Oh, me know if you did them. I said this on live TV. Those times 2021 and non buy rules no. Obusami say it was Emma Power, my boss Emma Power. He asked me say striker ben imagine do Euro 2021 so my body. I told him Alexander Ishak and he thought I was lying. The last time he called me he was talking about him now. Way back 2021 and I believe in him say he will be able to do what he's doing now. The numbers near goals no. Rest was that 7 year can rest was that was saying 132 games or 44 goals. Oba Newcastle United 109, 62 goals. To some year projections are when he is going to Liverpool, a better team than Newcastle, they compete favorably. In fact, me projections are Omunya Jokers so they mama and cover the Jokers. How do you show numbers? Me. We show. Hey, Jokers won. I believe he's going to add something much to Arsenal team because Arsenal is number 9 to be scoring the good for him. But he's not better than Alexander Ishak. Until I say, offer we are some teams in you pen in my books. Alexander Ishak own team started and no a Bayern Munich, Manchester City. How the last is Joker should go and strike it. Yes, of course. So yeah. Minimum. What has Obo lead me? Portugal league.
And I was the one in me. What's the one in me?
I was trying to get my
What's the one in
no, but who's there? There were baby Oshigua Mama points in 2, be a 1.5, be a 1. Luis Suarez wore Ayas. Season be on my 50-something goals. So that's in them is a Ronaldo crown in your golden boot to Europe. But Suarez by England. The man you go. Suarez feel bad. Barcelona. Obemobia who say indeed is a good striker. Or no never challenge Ronaldo. Any Messi Babe J. Golden boot in it. My strong with them. A Ibina Joker is there. Okay. Me Joker, this is my project. Obesha 30 goals am Arsenal.
I stood here and told you say
Obesha 30 goals.
No bar with the league name Arsenal.
Oba Bushak from France. Ishak dey say Ayeka. O dey Liverpool dey there wa.
Ishak Ayeka.
I now acquire the care for na mana o wi. Iketeke. He go Iketeke. O dey wa.
Even if Newcastle still getting hold of Abraham and Ishak not now. He will give goals. He will give goals. Maybe mentality-wise, never need to be more. Now, in terms of winningly playing for your team, he's going to give goals. So, for him, Liverpool compare defender. If they get it, they are good to go. Omunya Alexander Ishaka or Muko Kra and go on there. But they can't in Hong Kong. A base here.
And I say Joe Carey in my show.
Joe Carey is
no, that's all.
Okay.
I said, oh, Sahon, they are not Bobo. For the
wow, say, are you? One of them come say, yeah, need out than you. 1 hour count.
Say, see, you know, they has it.
I was so crowd to go.
Bet me up. But you know, what's now can be next and you
say
sporting one.
But still, I was trying to go out 20 goals. You
know, yeah, but the kind of me person in the
Portugal is essential.
And
Portugal, they might say, you
only
when you but I can't go so no, man, say, my shoe. O koto baby na ese omo nya ade a o no kiro o ma hu se o bro mo bi ni ono eno na me di Luis Suarez de Holland league nye league bia o but Suarez satire ase no e ma ye numbers ni me hu se o bro league ni so ene ye de ne ba Liverpool o ba no samba be ye ene ye de no coach Spain o ko bi ni de akwa we
na Ishak so ya ma no the team that the teams he's played for none of them and the team that they compete for the league. Alexander Ishak, he was competing for
the Dortmund.
What's it?
Or Dortmund radio.
Mami Dortmund dies, you know. And compared to where he was playing. Yes, meaning. Mami Dortmund days, you know. Now here we are no obo. So when you say Mami match play positioner or boy, this is a Dortmund 2 and then Dortmund team na kasa. And oh boy, Minya played as na and come ni beji pa. But your boy during that season. Dabi.
No nyabi mbomasa.
Na manana wan na now.
No nyabi mbo.
Wan na now.
O ya there do bebo.
Number 9 we there. We are say.
My show. Ya kama na nya kwa.
Why sa fa me mra ni now.
So man can say baby awasem na ade.
Why sa fa me mra ni now.
Wasem na ade ba no pezo be cha. We there. I'm fadi e meka bi.
Anya fe. Ba kwala na sa atoa no na o ye no so.
Akwa.
La me yama.
Why there?
Dribbling obi ani we ase.
I will be who you.
Kwaku, you started season you had 2 games. Or 41 dribbles. Last season we had 407. Successful 223. The no ordinary no better was Duku 161. Season you was started the ordinary Kura no 22 or no 41. Until where he stopped no. He started continue from there. Number 10 is channel. A wait there. Kakrana why no.
Jesse numbers in them across here for 2 channel.
Na mo mompa ye say do ni NC. Dino. NJ Dino sa amfa.
Nicolas Jackson.
Sa amfa.
Na mo ada na mo so ya mu ye move ba bia mu nya bi bo nko ala bo.
Eva nya bi mo.
Na ba ya bu dika yi o ari ke o ala Nicolas Jackson kwa ko bo.
Na yesi ye kwa ko bo nai.
Na den he fa na ko bo. Because mo we just here fully occupied. Why now that you? Why is it that Nicolas Jackson what down from? What man in some pest Spanish be more. Now, but we are for
that. I mean, so what kind of them are they play in the Premier League 2 seasons or 30 goals in a struggling team, a team that they were finding their feet or more penalty. Who didn't want Nicolas Jackson? Now teams like I say no more. I'm care for more strikers junior than Obia Bebre now. No Jackson.
I'll go behind it.
Just say beer.
But by anymore, why not striking? The Hurricane. Right wing in there, Olisi. Left wing is the same one.
Diaz.
Luis Diaz. Yeah. Between Luis Diaz, Apero.
Abi.
Got 2 seasons in the Premier League, 30 goals, no penalty.
Lobo disturb Maestro. If you are young Coate, now why should you coach Luis Diaz or Adi Nicolas Jackson?
Your disrespect towards Nicolas Jackson,
like disrespecting him. Hey, or no, Namanano, or no other coffee shall will be 2 Amanano. Oh, yeah, no other than Cabisio, no she, no other than
if you measure Jackson by the predecessors, then Nabakas or Nadia. But I brand ten by Chelsea team are not air struggle. You've seen players that they came to Chelsea, not Chelsea air struggle. They failed to live up to the expectation in terms of the infamous Luis Felipe Luis Muna by Chelsea. One team to explain. I know a right footed player. I know ball back home. Yeah, when you part. One team to me say numbers never hono. For Chelsea team never hono about 81 games in the Premier League. About 30 goals. Penalty can home today. That is how. We the importance.
We are going to follow Luis Diaz then because we really Luis Diaz 2022, 2025 for Liverpool, 103 games, 29 goals.
And the monka.
So we are
so on Bobby Adagosi.
Maybe about you. You already got your striker. All after all, yeah.
Ultimate ball wings.
Yeah, I now buy for any Abenade, Carlo Cremandi, Champions League ban area. I don't know I say Cowboy leg. Yeah, measure Mokumo. Unless I have Bobo Chazzy, you know. I buy an army in the Omohuntia. Gone Nicolas Jackson there. Ne level na Nevilla no feed about Chelsea. Oh, yeah. A honor no bit my boy. Ah, ya be more platforms. He
lived to the expectation. Villa Roma 48 games.
Hono sa teams no bit my boy.
And no bar Chelsea. Na time no bar Chelsea no. Not Chelsea Sevillaria. Time na Nicolas Jackson bar Chelsea no. Not Chelsea Sevillaria. No more there. Before by no finish how many positions
say Chelsea a buff from Crana. Chelsea is a big club.
Me know ya.
It's Rube Shima. And oh yeah dear. And more players who say why you ready for that challenge, you know. Now we are sure they say Nicolas Jackson chances no born or Bosha. And what would Chelsea go for? Jao Pedro.
He was in a struggling team that
a struggling team.
I don't think I said 2 seasons, 30 goals without a penalty.
Struggling team, eh?
But so maybe I show Nicolas Jackson back, not Chelsea Bobo.
Team next strike, yeah. Jou.
No one know.
I never you TV piano man keep on them no about so name baby. Obo nyina guni ade na wo ye we ni ade a. You fine. Oh, yeah, yanko.
There be Indian common I think say Inter Milan. Enra etimi share Torino by 5 goals to 0. And the question that a lot of people ask and say after the departure of Simeone Inzaghi from Inter Milan Football Club, you know, is it going to be a new coach or Base or Babeshe Jumedi the ambassador of Inter Milan and that's the kind of question a lot of people and a lot of things, and I say a lot of tabloids, or Italy, report say Ediama Inter Milan. But so checky Christian Kivoa, he has something special with Inter Milan. Even after so free Inter Milan, essence of called Parmano, he did something wonderful for himself, even as a football coach. At the time I know for Inter Milan, I caught the side of Parma, I couldn't even mediate Ediama Parma Football Club. But when he played for Inter Milan, even as a player, he was that kind of defender. He played in most of the football clubs in Europe. He played for Ajax. He played for Roma. At the time when free Roma, by the side of Inter Milano, there was a tug of war. Now Real Madrid Football Club and FC Barcelona are fighting for the signature of Christian Kivu to sign for these particular 2 football clubs. He made sure Obetima rejected these 2 football clubs, and then he was signed for Inter Milan, and Obetima lasted for the moment of 7 years. In that moment of 7 years, he won the Italian Serie A, he won the Coppa Italia, and even won the UEFA Champions League. In fact, in 2010, when Jose Mourinho was doing that particular magic for Inter Milan, using them to win the UEFA Champions League, Coppa Italia, and even the Serie A title, no, Christian Kivu was part of that particular squad. Not even just part, but then he was an integral member of Inter Milan squad. Now, after Okor retirement, he needed to take upon himself, say, Obetima, that kind of coach for Inter Milan. Not coaching at the base level, but then he came into the youth ranks to coach for Inter Milan. It was Chelsea with the under 15, he coached for the under 17, and even coached the under 19 side of Inter Milan. From that particular time, in June 2025, he had that kind of thing to say, I was so called Palmer because at that time, not Palmer for I'm making sure say Omu coach is a Fabio Peccia or the Omu coach into the relegation zone and they needed to sack him from the football club. So he had that kind of instinct in him. So I accepted that particular job because at that time, all for the side of Palmer, no relegation button. just about 13 games to the end of last season, Italian Serie A, he needed to take that particular job upon himself and make sure so to deliver to that particular expectancy. In the last 13 games of Edema Palmer in last season, he was able to win just 3 games. He drew 7 and got defeated with the times of just 3 pay, which means Edema is out of Palmer Football Club. With that 3 wins and that 7 draws on Edema Palmer, he was able to move Palmer from the relegation bottom to that particular bottom or Mintimian relegation. In that same June, he had a particular offer from Inter Milan because at that time, now Inter, Simeone Inzaghi communicated to Inter Milan in 2024, said he wanted to move after the end of that particular season. But then, Obi-Free Football Club in the side of Saudi Arabia, a coaching job and also. The management of Inter Milan needed to find a replacement for the side of Inter Milan. They needed to find one particular football player, and I said one particular football coach, or what the DNA of Inter Milan. Someone who had been with the Inter Milan team for a long period of time, even as a player, and he understands the DNA and then he understands the system of Inter Milan as a football club. They needed to appoint the side of Christian Kivu as that particular new coach or nobody overtaking Simeone Inzaghi. But so check Simeone Inzaghi, the Jumedie any corner of Faso share near the side of Inter Milan. To me, the tactical identity of Inter Milan under Simeone Inzaghi, a Kamea say Christian Kivu per Enra. The first game that he played for Torino Football Club is the same similar tactical identity that Simeone Inzaghi share Edema Inter Milan. Tactical identity being or shared Inter Milan. It was the typical Catenaccio system. This was the basic system. Now, say Inter Milan for a ball with the side of Simeone Inzaghi or bought with a 3-back, bought in field with 5 solid midfielders, and anyone who are bought just with 2 solid attackers or bought at the other side of Inter Milan. With this particular tactical identity, he was able to win the Coppa Italia, he was able to win the Serie A title, but when it comes to the Champions League, he kept on knocking the door for the Champions League. Or Diomoko into the finals in 2023, and then even moved to the semi-final stage. Asansu moved into the final stage. So 2 finals for Simeone Inzaghi, but then when Simeone did the Champions League for Inter Milan, he needed to go out. Now Christian Kivu is taking the new mantle upon himself for Inter Milan. But kind of tactical identity say it's just similar and the same as Simeone Inzaghi and the kind of approach Obo Edema side of Inter Milan. Enra Anyamama so share 5-0 against the side of Torino Football Club. So we'll check the attacking side of Inter Milan under the new coach. To me, they are seen as lethal attackers, meaning that only dangerous and most of the momentum pose on most of these opponents now pose a lot of threats in terms of almost score a lot of goals. All those Ana Simeone Inzaghi, Lautaro Martinez, and then Marcos Thuram were scoring a lot of goals and they were causing a lot of harmful threats to most of these attackers in the previous season, even under the Simeone Inzaghi era. But so I won't check Christian Kivu. He plays with more direct and then he makes sure say more direct even in goal scoring opportunities. The dangerous attacking moments will be classified as lethal attackers or make to share a lot of goals at the Inter Milan Football Club. Then you talk about Pepe Morata. You can term it as a obia or certitude philosophy with the football club. At Juventus Football Club, at the time Agnelli the president for Juventus, when he gave the job as the sporting director for Pepe Morata, he thought that Luigi Danieri was that particular coach. Ordinary Yuma that was Sampdoria. So before Juventus Football Club, he wants someone who be trusting him. I understand the system and every philosophy of Juventus Football Club. So he went in and brought Luigi Danieri to the side of Juventus Football Club. When he came, went to the Italian Serie A, but then he made it a point saying with the investment and not Agnelli Muati Edema Juventus Football Club, they will become a successful football club at the end of that particular season. Opamo Luigi Danieri free Honokofa Antonio Conte. No, but then he had that kind of faith with Antonio Conte, and he was that first coach with Juventus Football Club at that time. He was able to win the Italian Serie A for most consecutive times for Juventus Football Club. But when he took over from Steven Zank, and Steven Zank was the president of Inter Milan, but when Pepe Morata was appointed as the sporting director for Inter Milan, he made sure that the first sporting project of Edema Inter Milan, he will appoint Antonio Conte. Because with Antonio Conte, ordinary Jumada or Juventus Football Club, And the first time I know all that Serie A league with Juventus Football Club, you know, it was a certain Antonio Conte who did that particular magic for the side of Juventus Football Club. So the neighbor Inter Milan, that's a Stimizang more invested with Inter. That's a create new system for Inter Milan. And the only coach who will understand the system for him, no, will be the side of Antonio Conte or the neighbor. And it was a successful history with Antonio Conte and then BP Morata at Inter Milan within second spell and not on any area, you know, the side of Inter Milan. Or Pamono MON-FRI Football Club in Wakono. He needed to appoint someone or Sanu Juma that by this time around, or only Juma as a football player when he was working as the sporting director for Sampdoria. He appointed Simeone Inzaghi. With Simeone Inzaghi, don't know Juma that was Sampdoria because he told it why he said, or those kind of players at that time, that's Sampdoria 84th. No, they air qualify ABOU into the Champions League for the first time in so many years. You know, Simeone Inzaghi was part of that particular squad. He knew him as a player. And so Kofano, I know coaching most of these clubs at the side of Inter Milan. Odena Yejumada, he trusts him. I don't know the certitude philosophy of BP Morata is certified with most of these players and as most of these coaches are Onyoma Yejuma. After Simeone Inzaghi tried knocking the door of Champions League intimately successful, I would just Saudi Arabia. No? The next coach also appointing will be Christian Kivu. Kivu as a player, he has played for Inter Milan. He has been with the under 17, under 15, and even the under 20 U team of Inter Milan. Etibepe Morata and him said Christian Kivu understand the dynasty and everything be a what Inter Milan Football Club name. So Simeone Inzaghi A free club in Mwakwa. We have a lot of well experienced coaches and but he believed in Christian Kivu. So Betima appointed Christian Kivu to become the next coach because he has been with the youth ranks of Inter Milan and he knew so appointing he can easily deliver with the new model or no person was added toward Inter Milan. What is the new model in Inter Milan for Deba? In the last 2-3 seasons, on 1 year, the side of Inter Milan, he believed, he said, let's buy well experienced players because the bankrupt now, as the side of financial statement and Inter Milan for Omu Football Club, it was very low. It's young for these kind of football players. When they come into a football club, we wouldn't take a huge money, say they told but it will save us. Near some sort of players are Omu age in a wasro. So when you check the age-wise of Inter Milan players, most of them average close to about 27 to 30 years. But this time around in this particular new season, he said he wants to change the new model for Inter Milan. So within the last 4 players, within this particular season, our age is now ranked from 20 years to 22 years. It thought that this season and even this new system, the side of BP Morata, was Inter Milan, even under Christian Kivu, it wouldn't be the same system under the side of Simeone Inzaghi. It wouldn't be the same system even under the side of Antonio Conte, coaching them at the side of Inter Milan. When it becomes like that, then it tells that Inter Milan is going to be a new football club and a new system. Christian Kivu, it's me a franchise. And chef Torino 5-0. The last time Inter Milan in the opener of the Italian Serie A, Omu making sure so much 5 goals last stay with Atlanta in the far back in 1963. And even with Torino, this is the second time Omunya 5 goals in consideration in an open match in the Italian Serie A. The last time also 2 was far back in 1965. It tells you say anytime we are Inter Milan, Ebeshe opener in the Italian Serie A, so Ebeshe maximum of 5 goals that season ultimately the Coppa Italia. That same season was the Italian Serie A. So history repeated itself at the other side of Inter Milan with this new manager and the new model and everything be also at the Inter Milan. But DIABY, Manchester United after 3 basic attackers at the football club. Brian Mbuemo, Matheus Cunha, Benjamin Sesko. As we speak right now from Manchester United. And no more cost no go over 200 million euros for Manchester United. João Pedro appreciated the shirt for Chelsea Football Club. How many goals on the Amon within this particular season? He has scored that particular goal. He go in Kitiki, actually the jersey for Liverpool Football Club, and he has scored so many goals for Liverpool this season. But you know to us.
Mate, many lower banner over here attackers in our behavior. Says I'm common at the power more my na ye dia Roma Arsenal nya ko bi aboko de
adom nanzo
e won ye pa
e de radio
so ye de
oh ye boye
yankwa
okay enti be matiase a wo be ma enwuda na yehunu se koko ha mema se be ma nya koko sei na ne to ne ntimi nka ntwem ne to kwan no ebia ne erection wantimi erect enti wonim se Ghana ha nyina so doctor ne ye ba akopɛ de okuta koko aduro ye Dr. Amuzu the penis engineer enu nti enu ama wahunu se koko no ewo mu types bebre na so ye ka ye mfa hunahuna asɛm ye pese ye ka kire wa ne se koko aduro tatahwe no an se wo kohunu Dr. Amuzu wo ne hotline ebi aye ka se wo sunyane na wo hwe ye wo takra de ba bi a wo hwe TV ni bia no Would you so be 0247 77 67 43 0247 77 43 number now wo fly be a doctor me water radio na koko edge jime meye day obekire wo branch a eben wo mo won kran sei mo ato adu enuru a ewo kumase ha no bebre nso ode agu ni branches ni nyina na mom ye ne ewo kumase ye headquarters ne de ye faka ye se ye kwatafo nhia so we asimesi wo Amuzu junction wa wo si ya wo wura wa wo se doctor koko ejije me pa se ye hu internal pass ne se eno ne ye mfa ye ni enhunu na so ebre bia abekọ bombala treso no a Oba se wu pepa woto no obo se moja wo tissue ni mu se ya bebre e kire wo se wo internal parts na wo moja ebewe me so peko ko aduru e wo Dr. Amuzu ho afei ye nim prolapse type of eye parts no ye no so ye koko ni type ni bia ya no de ade eye pa ne se ya no nipa no wakoto bombala treso no se bi kra one ne wo wa o chima abo se bibi kokko bi sa na ye aba abeto ho no mo na ye aba abeto ho sa na wo wi a na sa aka kom ni ma me mom si kokobo aha oya na eno so ye koko ni type ni bia and ye wo external type of pulse external pulse ni de eno na abehu se koko no etua ho ye hu se koko ba bi e fifire no eye woto kwan ano etu obi ho no ma bo se oya hu se de bi na tua ho ya eye koko and the external wodi wani ehunu se ade no ene tua ho no mo said wo type no asitie bia medofo mi hunehuna ho na momu pedura be de wo ho afiri koko yade ho a Fred Dr. Amuzu ate wa hyeda ye ne powder wo ho wa hyeda ye de ye nsuo e wo ho no mo ya se wo mpese wo benum nsuo na powder no ye ntese tia no pa wo segu nsuo hie dede mu anom wa de wo na wo kro no ni nyina be firi wo nipaduam enkom ye nkasa de asi wo to no wo kwa akotwam na wa hwe ya moja atuwa mo wa hwere wo nkwa Mr. Dr. Amuzu e wo koko aduru pa medofo o hwese se ade a eba doctor wo pa doctor me ye be ma me dwonso dudu me wo wa kakra bi asukom de me ma kwa dwonso me dwonso sa dia me pese ni pa ehwe me hunu ne se wo sugar level ne ko higher eno nso so dwonso ntentem ehye mu bi obi ho no mu a kakra bi obenum nsu kakra bi no odwonso enti e distract ne na obedwonso sa na no Saturday ni say doctor eye sa test ni free ema ma ne mema wodi anu woda so dwonso na wantimi ama Saturday ni bia bra na ka kire doctor say wo dwonso ntam ye be hwe say wo glucose no wo sugar no akosoro enti ana etu wunya bia no ano no afi wo sugar level no sa akosoro pa ha wona untimi na anadwo wada be 3 anadwo no boso wani ati na wa hwe ya eno so ha sugar level no na akọ high enti me kan form am say entna se ma sugar no enko soro sa adura ebeboa wo no Dr. Amuzu enikura eno an say wo frɛ no o frɛ na doctor me dwonso dodo e mani bi nso kura say doctor ye nim si ye twa brawo afa ne manya ba 35 36 and so doctor me menses no ensisi so yie wo ye be ma wo yire complain ma wa fa ne bra Dr. Amuzu ho ma onhye no me nhye na wodie nim na oma na duro ya obetimi anya ne bosomi ni nyina pepepe eno na de mi be wura saa Amuzu pi nim se wo ba ya wutie sports yi watu adi mesro wonum Amuzu pi na regulate wo menses no se wodie ni insisi so yi abon sa fe de esisi so kama na eba so a moja ni be flow fe be 7 days mo sansa na etwa e dia ma e be flow kama ebi nkem enklote amuzu pi no de ye mama eno no afa be ma se maka wo prostate na sem se edura beboa wo ne amuzu pi no esan ensuo ja ha ban no e bom mo prostate no e ho ban pa etu ye be ma wo prostate nti large na ya de be mu no a eti won hwe eni ho asem won we ye be kakra no won no ba kra da ho no aso da ho saa because wo a wuni atenka adi wu be ye ebe ye oyente edu anadwo abema aye na nim se crayon no da ho hwe na yere otimi nye hwe me kan fodi ama se pa amuzu pi ni bi ensuo ja no ewo benefit mienu ma mema 1 ebo prostate ho ban 2 ebo ma wo mensem no etimi gina ne nan so afei esa boa be makura ma itchen enkekaye ebi ana wo de na nsan ni nya megu wo be ma ne ho but wo se wo nipadua mu pa le keka wo wo sha atade a wotimi woro na ase wo titi ho ne ade wo so wo hu bibia wo ho kira se syphilis mu awa na dore wo papa me so pe amuzu pi ni bi eye nemu yade nko aduru eti wonu mu ahun say yes aduru ewura mintini mu amame apomuden afi amuzu pi ni se bia wo ye be ma na wo be hiem na wo te yawa enye krakrakrakra ade na wo ye na ye de na wo se wo te akosi tire ba wo de no emu ya wo ya kira se wo yare ya na wo betu nso bo se moja efiri wo be ma se na eba ye no de wo yare pa wojo nso moja frem wo sperm no egu wa man si moja bi anenenenemu besrew pe amuzu pi ni bi nanom oba nso so mesro se wonni atenka ebira ye kan ebi enemu yade amwate nka nyina dwane sister panyini edrum paso no ehon na wo beka sasa be ma no so pese ye show chepo so flag wo mudi akogu doggy star wetimi agi bibia kama ye hu say yes ugina wona so se snap bia no eti wo yi wo ba na watenka akofom esa gonorrhea esa syphilis ntia mekanfo amuzu pi heba mr ni bi edi amawo be ma wo bedwunsa na bibi trotro bi abeto fom tem no kira wo se wo yare gonorrhea afi wo sisi pa na ya wo ya yeso obi ankoto no ansori be 10 times a wuntimi wo hia amuzu pi heba mr ewo fie wo eye ma ni memedra FDA agiatum wonum aduro no enye nwuno so bo hu se eye wo nipadua ni mu adwuma pa enti bema bianum bi no anto bi so maneyere woto ato 9 ese to say to 4 neto 4 efama uhu kani ni nso na ono nso so enum afei amuzu garlic bitters eno ni garlic aduro stroke fu aduro tatashe anasa wo de no eye diabetes ye kan diabetes a na chese wo nso glucose no sugar no so e wo high sa Johnson tentem ana ejeje wo Johnson tentem anasa dien say ya Johnson tentem a wo kidney no eye adwuma se ke betimi a flash glucose ni nyina na so eye too much me patcho nom amuzu garlic bitters nibi edua doctor dia agi award be boro de wo ho na wo guso deje efise stroke fo nom etwa miensa na o ma sori eko adentia yesi wo mo cholesterol no say eso ate aba fom na say wo cholesterol no so eso te ba fom a enu na ma wo recover entem etime kan food ya ma wo say amuzu garlic bitters no eboa stroke fo pa eboa wo pancreas no emetimi afanshin kama etimi twetwe glucose ne kama ene ye ka sugar ho asem etise wo ya na wanom garlic ni bi na aboa ti sugar no akofom eye pressure duro tatashe wa brantie yeso anya pressure ye yesi me wo pressure wo yam hyew no mamuzu garlic bitters wonum a ebete wo pressure ne so ekuta allicin na selenium eti aboate pressure ne so ema moja no edi akoniaba e boost immune system no so na ama wo aboa am wani so ada obi wa ne pressure nti na ni so ayewisi ehuna de yie nom amuzu garlic bitters no ebi enuro mienu ya mabodin woko heba shop bia wonsa beka bi woko pharmacy woko chemical shop a wonsa ebeka bi omodi anso obefe doctor 0247
0247
77
67
67 43 0247 77 67 43 0247 77 43 Sebema tiasia
Obema ewuda mate that's a oba panyako. Why?
I don't know. Drew, Bema, no, so why pause?
Say who Bema was send your camera.
Bema, but say, who is in Yajuma? We are suspect.
I don't visit him when
okay.
Being was as is one, the Bema we on Fanya Juma. And it's on Fanya Juma. Now, so the Yajuma or so on Fanya Juma just over. That's what I'm missing. How? Well, I have now. Why? Now, me call by tears in that office not to us one. Your boss is here. Make him stop the talk that matter. What's the achievement of Ishak Massa? Chelsea to the world, Catalyst from Pando, and the area more. Good evening, Fakye Sport. I'm a boss Shabaki of being from Pristia. Kutu Chrome. Please ask for me that will Ishak start at Galatasaray. And another big question will be the Abba. Then you know Victor Osimhen factor no. And Osimhen Bonamoro Ricardi teaching. It will be Bisani there. What's that? Question unya no say bimbisa o say Ishak best start to Galatasaray.
When you would send near number, you consider all factors.
I don't see bimbisa o best start to one. Why Ishak best start to Galatasaray.
No. Osimhen also.
You never pay over Galatasaray.
Yeah. Obviously, there was you say the national team. Ishak start before Joe carries.
He's a big boy.
Mr. Abu, good evening. I think you need to join the analysis team because you are superb when it comes to discussion segment. From your own boy, Ima Akim Akroso, the area Fakye Sport. I love you people so much. I think you're on Chelsea Football Club. Offer Agunan Quanta and offer so Edeba Babe Ramo. Abu, read our table. People are so beautiful like morning flowers from Frankousu Esdo, Sunyani Kotoko. Remember that. Luther Pantine and 17 or Baba Bekan. I Abu Amotin, watch you live from Suta. I need update on Real Madrid. As a boy, it's not the Ama. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. I'm Solomon. Watch you live from Kaswa. You're doing a great job. More update on Man United. And my greetings to David from Praho and also Eddie Eruamo. Good afternoon, Mr. Abu. I was excited for the performance. Bless you guys. Mamintis if you now I'm here. Sana Biga Fona Baba. Now I'm a shen 7 there. MON-FRI Ramu na meaning come Black Stars as John Mensah Akaseria fight current squad and Nasi and Waboma area to ya.
Oh yeah, because this is the team they are maintaining for them to stay for the national team. But I believe if they keep on and a little Chinese, I think they can also be together and work hard for the nation, and then we can see that they can achieve the trophy for the nation. So I think they should maintain them, and then but any coach, sometimes they can see some of the players performing well in their clubs, so any coach can also call up from other players to come and join. But only thing is that they should maintain what they have, and later that they brought in, I think it can be better.
I'll tell you, Commander John Mensah, the Rock of Gibraltar. Now, I may mean Castle, Nigel Mensah, Jinicho, no trainer in your Isaac was all the board never fire, but we had damn rebel swam wako on Danahan Kwana and a refit datching. Till then come out the other the current squad, no, ye any back me, would you say the BB, a bit in the trophy. I coach James Aguizia, still in the game, no so cause we not travel to extra time. Now, and they were Kasa, how difficult Sudan job when he's here. Now, come on, see, no more did the chair.
It was a difficult situation, but when I took up the job, the management their intention was just to sign me to build a team. But I told them, look, can't just do that. What I need to do, if you have an ambition, ambition is qualifying to the CHAN, qualifying to the AFCON, qualifying to the World Cup. And that would be a task that I would love to do. If not, then I'm going back to Ghana. But they agreed, and they've been very supportive, even though things were difficult, considering the fact that there was no league, for the past 2.5 years, and been managing with what I have.
Madagascar strata no match Sudan 1-0. Tine final areas of the Korean Anyamba so Adena Hadrian Pa. You have to also name come UC Falas and Chipsa. Akaseria Fagani and teams in Eco, Aquacuru, Africano. Now, saying we are seeing 6 Abomodi Akasadia form.
I think Didi is doing a good job with House of Football. He's introducing science, and I listen to his interviews and I see that he speaks football language. These are what we want to see from our technical analysts. The olden days are gone. You need to use science and data to affect your performance. And it works. People don't believe it works. It's not magic. Yeah. It works. Football is science and data. So if you don't use science and data, you'll not be able to know that, okay, this particular player A, he might get injured when you don't expect. So these are details that our technical handlers need to start learning. Those who don't have the knowledge should start learning. Now knowledge is online everywhere. Yeah. Spend money. Club owners, presidents, CEOs, they should spend money on their technical handlers. Let them upgrade themselves, and then we can enjoy our game here.
Altiamo, UC Falas and Chipsa, now Bomodiaris and Common J. Masudi Dramani, Akaseria fa name technical team now. Or no more a age man. Name is a wachichimu, or so a Kofo Jomudu Nimomo Pa, Dino de Oma bomb board. Or you don't have one management Koso. Now see, Abomodia Casafa.
I have more than 100 coaches that I can always bring around myself, and then I can still be able to push things together, because when you know phobia matitiomo necessary what tiomo dia necessary bibi ho omwan obia den egitum and 100 mate say no menina ejuma e blasters menina san ejuma e Black Galaxies. Prince Wilson, me sports science experts. Me na aye juma Right to Dream. Me na asan aye juma Black Galaxies. Peter Boafo, me video analyzer. I was an assistant coach. Also, me na aye juma Right to Dream. Me na asan aye juma Black Galaxies. Najawi Isa, me na aye juma from Black Galaxies. Me na aye juma from under 20s, male under 20s. And you know, you'll be a minimum year. Kazale Abdullah, or you'll be a Miankasama Titano fitting a Quara Bremo, my coaching as a player, my son Titano as a coach. And so I still think, you know, I was a Messiah Eddie Renamu, now also a top notch coach. You know, women in a young Grofwa, minimum more that. You know, say, Uncle for minimum that no one named say they me fa me juma ekwa. That's just when you bring them, you need to have people who aligns with your thinking and your thoughts.
Now, you know, Coach Masudi Dramani, the Atu Charles Kukua Sampo Mane, Bismarck Terrible Taylor, Akasari Afa Kotoko Hartfug. Now, to give you a re, you are Akasari Afa teaching them, you know, and Comosi no dear form.
Me born my by so many years, and more with Timus on your mother. A house of folk. Now, I'm serious. Now, if you say, that team will say, here we are. There be a lot of players for the national teams because future players, they say to Kotoko, but Kotoko, then I'm serious. And I'll be a kind of say, I'm ball, I will South Africa, Kansas Chiefs, I'm Kwaje Cup, I'm Kway, I'm more beyond Kansas, I'm more beyond fine, and other, yeah, all more board, I'm Kansas, say, a party in the more we had, and a more show. More now, ball, no more now, where they. We are more fit. I continue. We are not baby. So I just the do by say, yeah, more 2 weeks. No, I'm quite enough here. I'm bad. I'm bet me about yeah.
Talk
by 9 points. It is difficult to get things back. It is good and just top 4. And your league and they should use this one as the right time. I'm going to be correct. It starts from Sunday. Correction, start from Sunday. I will say Omunya and Yema on track against the Gold Stars. They can lose against Gold Stars. Omube Timi about draw, but they should correct themselves going forward. Now Omode are prepared at their common. Walid name I say Wababi Drew.
Mama yenye we na de yenye minimzi bi ochen bebe no so na manso hwe kwekwa na virus mra na yenye we. Why?
Diaby.
Oro mo hwe we na mo fanche. Nze niaman di dem kra. Yeah. Tiago.
Okay. Diaby, I think say Kumasi Santo the consensus na if a baby no if a baby no yana may try as much as possible say metimi ate kotoko ase kakra because of say obienim the investment at football club that may invest and obienim the financial personnel ujisika edema football club currently as to speak and no betina can say me say so check last season and that's the last 2 seasons we had a certain kotoko football club the IMC invested 2 million Ghana cedis. It's gathered that 20 billion and we invest into the football club. Open so and it's me facilitating that fund no Edma Kumasi Santo Kotoko. And at this season, almost so I invested 1.5 million Ghana cedis at the Ama Kumasi Santo Kotoko. A lot of football clubs a lot of players into the football clubs. So we check players at Kotoko in the last 3 years. It is closer to maybe 25 players. If my memory will serve me right. But within the last 25 players at Kotoko Football Club, the team Yatono. Kwan Ben soon at the IMC management the first job more Kwan MON-FRI Football Club. That is the basic question. And the football now, so Tembian so will be starting up a business. Or the may example, so we starting up a business. That's a business now all running on. Tembian no moment in the cash business, and that's a business any moment to me generate enough revenue and find share no one. Nipa na all resources that said business and then it me gene. Yes, obi bia adwuma na adwuma no emfaso maso na tem bia adwuma wura na decide sika invest for long period of time then set me gene baby o yisika ni free so na sika no eso wote a otimi ka sika no krampo me yibie. But kamia koye say koye faso assigning players. The recruitment policy within Kumasi Santo Kotoko Football Club to me in the last 2-3 years, so we'll be somewhere closer to 65%. Because we are having most of quality players within Kotoko Football Club. But the Kotoko season and they work. That's why most of these players need failure. Instead of the management to give enough time to some of these players within the Kotoko setup, they will come along and say, Omo Pamo Football Club. All Pamo players in the football club be a Pamo players, and as a club in player, we know the immediate process is a club na so It is when a club will want to sell the football player from the football club. Most of these players are in locally or Matom, especially with Dreams FC, especially with Accra Lions, especially with most of these clubs are omuye business oriented football running. Omuton the generating revenue as sustaining the financial ability of the football club. Bakotoko na koye say etrimi ede. You open so tem you be generating revenue their mind. So see Pamo players crampoa, we are even tempted to have that kind of carry say you bet your compensation their mom, it's be your moko. But meanwhile, if we try as much as possible to maneuver the condition of that said player very well, it will attract transfer market as a transfer value from other football clubs who meet better are playing at club in the musica. Be Pamo players need your mako. Kotoko players or matom no mama pamo do mako in and here finance a player ben kotoko for ton na omutiminya a lot of revenue edify home. Ebini the last 2 seasons and that's the last season ebini ho. That is my worry. Because I'm a businessman, that's a running football club. And that's a businessman, I'm a business and that's an enterprise. Me sure say tembi and me isi kadi ashima brami nyamfa. So there be businessmen be on running sa. And we all know the modeler what they run football currently as you speak. It is a valid name, Makosan and Naba. Nipa no odi ni mo signing Wale Neymar then buy. I know him when he was playing for Nswatereman or a central midfielder. Offensively, he is very good. Coming to Kumasi Santo Kotoko, one of the loopholes within the Kotoko Football Club currently as we speak is the central midfield of Kotoko. And we know, say, Wale Neymar Makosa and Naban, definitely, if it is about the number 6, if it is about number 8, if it is about number 10, someone who can give Kotoko breaking line passes, when says a chairman will be very good. Any problem. But you person say me besi, na makofa Hilaria double the number, makofa player will the number. Na say both season new year, must have a catch as that 2 players we me no more midfield no. Ye jemu ba ko kwan de makwa. E bet na ha me nke makoto ni bia obetiki that decision. So when say more concrete findings and more concrete solution for the Kotoko midfield no Wale Neymar, it should stay there. Say player ntimi amma a good performance I wouldn't blame any technical management, and I wouldn't blame any technical member or a new player, and he needs to adapt with series of time and whatever man within the football club. Because I'm on a 3 years contract, 3 years good contract for Wale Neymar. So many problem with the recruitment policy at Kotoko area, but the American say most of the players now Kotoko air tour Modioma Bakari as speaking. Some more tour Modioma Abontian, and as a Modioma Koya club in Jessica.
Only here, pa.
Club in Jessica, so staying up in so any IMC pennyphone, mention pennyphone who say club near the Asian pennyphone means no more run. Definitely, in Faso Bibaso. Your combat team be a place the Joe Mokwano Moko. Then Faso be Skibian be more. And the club here running the same. Why they run a club, sir?
I show my cocuson here crap. I was never hit it.
Okay.
Probably more kind of cranny anymore.
The dude of the battle is a sometimes met one and I say supporters need me type it and a team real Jai players, Monco, St. Jovan County, team real Jai players, Monco, and my good time say, and I'm a cash was a and Crofono or Mokas Asana, no minimum team of supporting. The minimum say a Cotocono supporting. So what say a Diana Brecum Chelsea, whoever that to petrol need bank when my Jai players 15, 20. Now, what the ball wants to find is a Cotoco to my young car, wouldn't team our supporting Jai Cotoco Trinity, Toya Cotocofana. You are comparing yourself to these 2 teams. No, we don't know Cotoco. Now, Cotoco, not Sabre couldn't tell me no more. And today, I don't compare because of present my young Kamasa Munti. There be many as I remember say, some may come to Quas, my young coming to you. Me show me Mamma Joa Grace. No, so a Jack Cotoco, one much of a friend who could not Cotoco a course saying, oh, Cotoco say you, eh, so I be no matter, oh, yeah, yes, I Cotoco, eh, me Cotoco, and was you a Jayo, me papa the same thing. Until me come in baby, me free one, I make a Cotoco Nasem, ya bomb Cotoco Como. Intimate tremble beyond candy open. Cotoco team no, baby, yet drew never be a pessia corner, say, I'm ready over here. Ya China, I say, I can, you best sign a Chibiaka home. Koku and Nepal and the Coche South Africa teams, no. But when we walk no bench. Kaiser Chief Toyota, one wine say, yes, bank be one. I'm saying,
the moment tell Uncle from Koku, and your born no, or winning ball one jail. But secret to owners or more uncle for bomb which you don't cause or zero museum of football. To Muska.
And nothing I made them one, I didn't Baba be a summer, we are seeing Nasi. A honey investment.
A yo.
A honey say, I dare back what Martina Sepa, who we are say, on a Ghanaian football, me as administrators, football owners, anyone. Omu players no.
That I won't.
Omo form so me a vagabonds be as omo bo ma bo abrabo. But said ya ube who doctor. Now be man respect. Be who teacher man respect, be who nurse man respect, be who central man respect no. You need to accord that same respect to a player because that is the professional. They don't respect them. Who tells 70 years the administrators, coaches, catch the players are now see craft him.
I only one thing. Obetis is a player be a moadero. Now, ABOU who's a club administrator and say be or catcher, and our coach be say be or catcher no. On your happy with maybe our Kwakubisa. Is there Rupia Ebobo? Say, Omu Benchi Rodrigo, say no Nyabo Ebimo. Obeti ma kwa Alonso aka chene so omani reason ti abo no man mbobi na bia coach achire nso say Vinicius or na me the ball left wo na Master Antoine abayi no me do kokko ball right a me nya
dia me pen the balance
ti me pese ba India asa na we na be bo ha player unya ball ni bi mo na aju du so ni boko bisa ko ze date no ma mo ade nche
oh ye be pa mo
I didn't hear how I had this show.
I see you investing in administrators and how we see you footballers. No,
only the time about TDD or bonnet technical team.
Did
so Kofona no
me say
or be or ye or the video analyst or on the sports science or assistant coaches be free. My so be a baby.
Yeah.
Obi a baby na kra na me see the video be ba amare. Arsenal na no mo be ball mu game ya na no other bro Arsenal. Gabriel Henzi, who's a center back. Wa fast na defenders ni nyina. E na o tro mu in the game no. De omonye.
Kwaku the coaching course kakra bi am call no online na so amanwi no. As a defender, say mo ball no. Na say ye ni na bi abon for left here ba. As a coach, the catch of defenders and say they don't attack like this. They attack like this.
Yeah.
If we had never they attack like this,
yeah.
They show you position on the field that is what you know. Yeah, you're going to in the scene. We are not learning on the job. And it's the more reason why we are suffering.
Yeah, how do mini coach be doing come on? Now young coaches no so o ha ne no. Omo mo kwan o. Because senior coaches no o. Mini coach be doing come on. Na my coach be kire me say player on. If you know ball long kicker. This time modern soccer no say na coaches in the young cry na ba. Enti na nkra na aba nimbu play o do sia no person twetwe nku no. Academy coach bia no ni be din ko we aba cho say player na ba no a natural left or a righter or mo che ne 9 years nyina abo. Ti we married for center back no. Di Hosen. So je ball na turn left no so the ball long pass. A to right so the ball long pass. We on cry na no mo tete o mo no academy kra nya academy o. A second division team. Omocho omoze ball basra fa nine no so do be control ni see pia pass ma wa your movement to all the kwa eno na masa Abdul Karim na owo hard to focus na na nkofo bona baso or you technically gifted and the ball na be turn the nine no a onim so the nine chem ni 10 ni say ya udi na chi abeba bibia e ha no ya lucky no ma be
as of folk match no koto boy no ombo be ai coach asare e ball be 3 sim or the 9 left or you right footed
you see
but the left na able.
You see,
made to the ball but turn right into a safety back. A instruction from the coach. By your crewman, player, so when you born the ball, when you born the bonage, would you be there? When you are cement, when you coach, didn't your coach in the Canama back? Upa, you play a talent number 10 for dinner. Philip and walk to Cono, or number 10 on the one of wings. Don't you back us on Cobo wings? But why are you number wings? On to me, what? Fanebo number 10. Yeah, number 10 for now football more currently okwa.
We need team now.
So what you say? Into wale name they were ba holding come on ye man akwa aba. Na team now aba no. Team now aba no. Onhu say.
Franka, you na
fans no. Obo fans no so a.
My Frank and Tia say. Franka, who do you for individual player from goalkeeper? Who you Benjamin aside FIFA individual player now to compare because players be reaching has. Individual players. Kotoko. Esetio mutim AB. Edio mugunse ni eswa. How so individual players so me very good back Kotoko team no. O check individual na wali name onye player ketwa. Oh yes. But me nka at the bonity about this guy beba oboze mu dini gina mo match ma no ntimebo. Ko gwa na mebo a. But that folk no. Did no woni fingerprint to team no so. Oye mi nim say the can what ya say.
Oh Matthias.
But after mu game no di nkomo bi an nkomo no di ene no kre. Also nim say Kotoko weapon your long passes. So manipulators in the press mo center backs no make mistake. Ere ampa e reflect in the game. Oh yeah. E just we read the game. E no kre so. But so ja samba so to long pass ah. Ehu. Uja za career so to long pass ah. Ehu. E to be press your one more mistake. Ere ampa so working to perfection.
Team ekura Kotoko currently no. They have the best thing in local league. Ombo league need 28 match no muti no pam coach kan get makana ha meka bi. Kotoko team went to me. Na team men no come players than Kotoko. Ah, Aziz Dari motivate to. Zakaria Hussein motitete unchen omo nya bi mo. Ten do on any day team ben or e ho krom atene do ka to betina bench. Don't only a fine Kwame Poku yes wo they say won puli ni ade ade. Team bi am be start as number 9. O krom a. They want to do team. Oh, but I got team in your team for
sometimes I can't know we are constant and trouble. And yes, I'm trouble for them. Heck, to team, no, say, Tim, to signing some more. Odo Muguns and yes, what? I never with David said,
but they are office.
Bad deal or more team. Is there any answer? I'm bad player. senior bad.
And I know the catch was a Kotoko is the only team. Mammy, we quick mount. Kamara da podium. 2 Lord Amoa. Lord Amoa. 3 Patrick Asidu. 4 and 5 me bo Ablo and Samba. Me bo omu 2 pivot no. Me bo ABOU. Lord Hilaya double and said Quajo and Ebo. Or just or bomb 53. I monadim. Emmanuel Anchi a monadim. Me bo Donzo waha. Me bo Kwam Poku and Avana. Me bo Amoa. And I remember about a month. Remember Peter Midwaka. Second team, David Aponim, Sabu 2, Francis about 3. Zakaria Fuseni, any Ensua, na say Michael Sifa, and Vivo Tenedu, any Jaumo, a rings war, Memo Baba and Asef Lepamo, Memo Abatama number 9. Now Memo Saka down number 7. 2 teams got to make more compete league in 2 teams. Now 2 teams me one league.
Serious.
Banga for there. Around one.
Abu Namiad Mibiabo.
Has a shena na mo emeza.
Mama kwa why.
No Frank wash has. I don't wish I was
Congratulations to Kotoko players, ne technical team nina. Say Mama me kwan e why. Kwaku me da masi. Mama me kwan why. President Cup me the 3 hours any travel kumasi. Top 4 because you had me 7 hours.
You remember the 4 hours I can't.
Yeah, oh wow,
and congratulations to them. Now, and yet Bibiani be actually many of you on my meet football. Yeah, meet football, me football, me new football, me mini football. Yeah, can football na a jumana metsiasi ankasa. And me when I see no a hammy but a hammy baby. When I open up first one, I can expose the team. No, I'm a team now the mistakes and in Nema I was so much for any coaches no more. Jumaya Zitoni Hamza or more Jumaya papa. So on 1 million woman saw team now more canosoa and then now on more Jumaya. So I think your best lesson or me and found 2 years. You know, Moisia will come 7 times, you saw 5 times. Ya bo draw back I know my better more back and you pass your money share so you fan to ye na you concentrate with matches na die anymore na me had my Sunday no ye ne baby and go stars for I can say champions so you fan to ye na you motivate your guys no say na be ya nya me had mom bet me I could deliver my the fair officiating about baby and ya about why I'm at the end of the day no you be who our name be siako and ABOU and never be one more I was here 2 year bossy. Oh, okay. So what I say young 2 year bossy supporters no yes say and was say you did too many kaya any kwanse yeah and ya di how o guys no esi ekasa and ya once some kasa bia na mbo mitriko ya de bia I am me sabe e kura da me ho a wo mo bom ma minti na say me je o mo nsam na o mo kafa krobia kumasa sante kwato enti ya no se nya abotire na motivate ye guys se motivate o ma I think say bibia ebe boko so ati ase ana ye se ni supporters leader the whole krobia kumasa sante kwato team na da woni nyina ye ni supporters leader Eka omontima se NCC no supporters leader one that kotoko supporters ni nyina no wiase afa na nyina ye ni so ati ase enti ni se no na se ye beto aba na ye supporters leader oba beka management no one technical team no omo aboa ma players no afa omontima pa efa mu yachi na ye the way forward na energy enti amebae no na me ya do my Thursday and here to abanu so ati ase enti me pese me educate your supporters no kakra some video bia yaye enti na be ya kwan on be fa so a on beti ato abanu nti say I'm seeing for on be boa me a on me the video bi ma na any how we a supporter obetimi vote of our census and na eda so no enti no one any obebo www.com for our census no awrem say uwrem wia any obebo with telephone number so that I would register for our census na yet every month bia one for password so we save and this oboy na and no be yaba no log in log in the be yama one any Benjamin Oben Asare, I setre, and then ya chairman solo, and soon as the Oben such a number 1, chairman solo, and number 2. Anna, say we will be nice, we used to phone no intimate to Abana, say Akonya or yeah, the tables name a besi babayara.
Or is there a
yes, our Heroes Park. Oh, okay. And so we will be a intimate tour, and Wabamu, and Manning the Yan say, Obaba Babayara Sports Stadium, Yamea Dumwa, Yawada, and a papa, Rebe, Nonsia, near Tanasi Ashasi, now Baba no betanasi, Nea Bow, Nawatu about Ropas or Tomano, na IFFF, Swati.
And on Franka Boame Kakra, on table now, Musi. 1 year, as a music, no beer free baby. Abba, because Mammy who said rather won't say the about Kita, Kotoko card, or Kotoko Namani, Chichi, Munamente, and Monas.
Abu Medasi baby. And yes, all fitting about now. This Okuta, Fabus and first number.
Oh, okay.
Na Jumatek, or Babashim. And yes, all fitting Yana, who too, or Babo number Nasimashe. So, number, I say, a woman qualifier, Mutime, to Abania a year, or be our 12 Fabus from 6 months going.
Okay.
Send the pan betting ya 2 Fabus Abanibi. And they be already standing. Now, we are just one now, Ultimate to be. But already standing. Now, which you have for Sebia, Mimi said, me a bronze, 10 CDs a month, and I'm a word debating. And Sebia, and another person with me, and the young is already start. Ubetuya registration fee 30 CDs.
Okay.
We are nowhere to 60 CDs for 6 months. No, I can't swat as it. Now, 90 CDs. And I send the Jumatek phone on my no. So, why your registration fee 30 CDs now? Why in him?
Oh, okay.
One number Emma.
But also your registration fee.
This is your registration fee 30 CDs. And some of number Babara Sports Stadium one Heroes Park on. So Obana do number, and now go to our Kotoko number. On Bebashim, on Boshim now with details in the number who are also to Abanibi.
Me Fabi saw Frank Adiana, so see 5:34. And Fabu sends or send me message because one say me me a member.
My check is
I say complete your 6 months dues by tomorrow Wednesday 6 a.m. to be eligible to vote in a supporters election on Thursday. No mama could have bed daily. No more Fabu sends us no. Into more ball kaye and Dabi. Me toa ba na ma ba be kire me kire supporter me toa ba na ma na wi nti me tana me kasa nyese me hu na beza metino me kasa before me support kotoko before me ya adwuma wi e me ja adwuma wi me support kotoko nti wo abeba bia no so wo gipe me gipe o me say test kama team je sa me ba chewa me ba chewo that one I will me say what
say common cancel on Frank wa jeje holo only o ti
I just there
supporter register for who says was e bisa week na mate ya na o
you so register
I no o dey you message ba say ma message wa e ti ka o dey lo dey
please the way we me simulation
Raga, you only try to have a crab beleko.
Sabi or baby will be happy. And not be a grassroots person. Into me probia or a grassroots person. No matter my barman. Miniature masula nanti in Phoebe baby. Sabi. Yenya poli. Eko shiano kweshe wo swatri. Chairman solene high car na my decoy. Na ye banapoli dabreno obi anti wo. Last season, Chairman Solo, buses away teams 17 matches, or 14 at the Nima supporters, Echo Stadium. Maybe na home can be sure how active or Kotoko, how we see Pe and Kabom, Wanyan, maybe how we see Jumana, and Franca de Maquama Chamasolo. Number 2, yes.
Tiawana do be
Number 2, Number 2, Chairman Sulu, Solomo Fusuari, or you'll be a or Brassier, or Do, or Kabomu, what is a Yakanipa, a dear one Nipa, Chairman Solo, Nini Nedi, Yamuano, and the Niswa Dimo or Macrobia, Massa Santa Cotocono, and Sabi, ye poor beer, no some anything. Swati I say when you be a Sabi in some nifin now the fear Jano, no chef ye dear, the ain't no say into Abanema, Chairman Sulu, Yantoma Chairman Sulu, now my lady supporters no, then Uncle Poyadma, or Fayanko
under minimum match and the inter met to my manipa corner make an answer me, Bonidi, but the inter met to my man and say, Franca Beckai. Yes, Kotoko support the week of 5 days, Kotoko Puma, 7 say you are able to ye koye na do ye na mo ho me hu de chamansolo ye
send the waka
that be me mo be just me say me hu de chamansolo ye waka so what as ye enti sa de nyoma na wa ye ne nyoma na mahu no en me na di nkonwo encounters bebre enti me de me ye number 3 but ba be ko me ko number 2 meko number 2
ye be show picture the number you show picture no ewo asema phone na we ye so ko yi ade fripum na papa na do so many years ye danu ye ti come and chama so really di koto supporters e ma ko help and no kwache no fatu no so ba wa ni to abusia ade achi ma me say ade achi papa say na ma ye twa ye ho free papa no wa je so bia pese wo de krobia no ye nto abana
ya wada ati number 2
ya wada o chana mesa be fia education na ye bua number 2 on crowd me ho
sa if
amponsa
o
say menye bibi
za agaza bi ko ma fia
mra ni teacher na menini na be fia
brady manya
if amponsa nye kotokuni so chama so lenti wa register yes oni ashimi nyina o se me mfa o manchia e
mate me job so pa here ma premier call but sele koku me kamia me mame ajewa kosua ya papa green light na wife no two kosua green light pharmacy eze me mame ne mame efim mame ma yako baba nso zede mame ni sia pay sempre kopɛ no wow we pa di ma ajewa kosua ma shede na kose na kafra na dandua menim say on the 7th 8th 9th November me bana maba beta we chini adia di ma nyame share pa ne support adada nyina o de ma yenti zere me kan ye no ne ma me no ye friend oba penyin Greece amoaten we don afẹ amasewa ti manya nka ze me hwe enwumre we ntina mabo modi di awande amana kwawu ma zo oben so ato me nka be ku Chelsea PR
onua
oze
se no honi
ase na o kan ye no kre na koto team no omuchemu ni no betinya compete with any team bia
omien be boa ye bo abedu ba bia bo fa na be be sa ba
the obe ayi but mo ye careful because be say madewa will be kuma
so obe afa no aden afa no aden
obe mo ye careful na madewa will be kuma mo heye oze sama o de minim be me chiro ne ma bia so mama ka to the dark kotoko be ko bunu bia Obati TV or the boys if you na nkasa eyu one ne boy careful or the former Chelsea players makumba ko 5 ene kubi kumbi what ode no omo nyina kran start na o man ko camp kure ehu okay wa fa be kum Chelsea captain na ba kotogo last season no ode e ma mi twa so right e ma pia mo e be say no be mo nyiro mo na e din sa ma de wa na ehu times ada yi ne be ko be kum
sa wa di be eh e ya me ele
e ko ko da sunya me nda se mo consider ko da sunya me nda na de chia na e kum
e adwuma ti na me ko
e no anti na adwuma ti na ko aluta ken kan ho Ababa bi omra Sunday, me fa. Era wa bi abo cha research ko bi ase.